Today, we're diving into a B1 level English listening practice that will broaden your vocabulary and cultural understanding. Are you ready to start? Today, we're delving into the topic of immigration, a highly relevant issue in our increasingly globalized world. As countries become more interconnected, more people are considering moving abroad for various reasons. Some are in search of better job opportunities, others seek a safer environment, and many just desire a change of scenery. There are countless reasons why one might choose to immigrate. Personally, having lived abroad for nearly 4 years, I've gained substantial first-hand experience with the nuances of immigration. Let's explore the advantages of moving to another country, and then we'll discuss some of the challenges as well. One major benefit is the cultural experience. Stepping out of your comfort zone can be incredibly rewarding. Before I moved abroad, I hadn't fully emerged from my shell. However, starting a new life in a foreign country expanded my horizons significantly. I made new friends, engaged in new activities, and learned a new language. Admittedly, adapting to all these changes was challenging, but it was also a tremendous growth experience. It teaches you about what you truly value in life and what you are willing to adapt. Another benefit of immigrating is the potential for enhanced career opportunities. Many of my students moved abroad because they found opportunities to advance their careers and earn a better living, supporting themselves and their families more effectively. In some countries where salaries are low or the currency is weak, relocating can make economic sense. Additionally, immigrating provides a great opportunity to learn a new language. Being immersed in a place where you must speak a foreign language for daily activities accelerates your learning process. It might be stressful, but it is often the final push needed to truly master a new language. However, there are downsides to moving abroad. The hardest part about immigrating is often leaving loved ones behind. No matter the excitement of living in a new place, the absence of family and friends can be deeply felt. While technology allows for video calls and messaging, it doesn't replace the presence of physical closeness. The feeling of missing your loved ones doesn't easily go away. Another challenge is culture shock. While being exposed to new cultural practices can be enlightening, it can also be overwhelming. No matter how much you appreciate a foreign culture, it's unlikely you'll ever fully assimilate all its values and norms. Culture shock can lead to frequent misunderstandings and miscommunications, which I have experienced during my time abroad. It's a common part of living in a new cultural context. Lastly, a significant time spent abroad can blur your sense of home. Upon returning, you may find that what was once familiar now feels foreign, a phenomenon known as reverse culture shock. Now, to check your understanding, I have 3 questions for you. 1. How long have I lived abroad? 2. What do I consider the worst aspect of moving abroad? 3. What might you experience if you return home after living abroad for many years? Thank you for joining today's discussion on immigration. Your participation helps enhance our community's learning experience, and feel free to share your thoughts and answers in the comments below. See you next time. In today's B1 English listening session, we'll delve into a topic relevant to all: navigating healthcare visits. This can be an anxious experience for many, and understanding the process can significantly ease these nerves. Let's enhance your English comprehension and speaking skills by exploring this essential aspect of life. Are you ready to get started? Here we go. Visiting a healthcare professional can be daunting. Personally, I feel a mix of nervousness and anxiety each time I have an appointment, eager for it to end. Despite these feelings, understanding the process and what to expect can make these visits smoother. In the U.S., managing healthcare needs involves knowing about various service plans. These plans help individuals and families mitigate the high costs associated with healthcare services. Understanding these options is crucial for making informed decisions and navigating the healthcare system more effectively. When you visit a healthcare facility for the first time, you will likely need to provide a detailed medical history. This information helps healthcare professionals to offer tailored care suited to your specific health needs. For returning patients, this step is usually skipped, streamlining the visit. Before you meet with the healthcare professional, a nurse often takes preliminary measurements such as height, weight, and blood pressure. I find that my blood pressure often reads high due to my anxiety in these settings, which is something I've learned to communicate to the medical staff to avoid misinterpretation. The actual consultation with the healthcare professional typically lasts about 15 minutes. This time can vary depending on the healthcare provider and the facility's schedule. Sometimes these appointments might feel rushed, which can be frustrating if you have concerns that require detailed discussion. If the healthcare professional deems it necessary, they will provide health management advice, which may include prescriptions. These can be collected from a pharmacy. If your condition requires specialized attention, they might refer you to a specialist, and you will need to arrange that visit accordingly. Furthermore, some healthcare professionals operate private practices outside the typical hospital or clinic system. These providers often offer more flexible scheduling and a potentially more personalized approach to care, though their resources might be more limited than those in larger facilities. In addition to learning about the healthcare process, let's expand our vocabulary with some terms and phrases commonly used during healthcare visits. Knowing how to describe symptoms, ask questions about treatments, and discuss health concerns are all crucial parts of effectively managing your health in English. That wraps up our extensive look into navigating healthcare visits. I hope you found this session useful, and that it helps you feel more prepared for any future healthcare interactions. Please share your thoughts or questions in the comments. How do healthcare visits work in your country? What have been your experiences? That's all for today. See you next time. Hello everyone, today we're going to practice listening and understanding English by talking about the allure of mature men. This lesson is perfect for B1 English learners who want to improve their vocabulary and speaking skills. We'll explore why maturity is often seen as an attractive quality, delving into the characteristics that make mature men appealing. Mature men are generally admired for their experience and wisdom, qualities that grow over time and through various life challenges. This experience often translates into a calm confidence, which is a key aspect of their appeal. They know themselves well and understand their place in the world, which can be incredibly attractive. First, let's discuss confidence. Mature men often exhibit a strong sense of self-assurance. They have faced many situations, which helps them make decisions with a sense of security. This confidence doesn't just make them appealing. It also makes them reliable partners in both personal and professional relationships. Next, wisdom is a significant part of their charm. As men age, they accumulate knowledge from their experiences. This wisdom allows them to offer valuable advice and make informed decisions. They tend to have a reflective approach to life's problems, which many find appealing. Responsibility is another hallmark of maturity. Mature men understand the importance of responsibility in their personal lives and their work. They are dependable, which makes them excellent friends and partners. Knowing that you can rely on someone is undeniably appealing. Emotional maturity is also crucial. Mature men are usually better at handling their emotions. They can express their feelings clearly and manage conflicts effectively, leading to healthier and more stable relationships. Finally, the way mature men carry themselves adds to their allure. They often have a refined sense of style that reflects their experiences and self-confidence. Whether dressed for a formal event or a casual outing, they manage to look well put together, which enhances their overall attractiveness. Why do people find mature men appealing? It's their confidence, wisdom, responsibility, emotional maturity, and their polished appearance. All these traits combine to create a compelling and attractive personality. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What do you think makes someone attractive? Do you agree that maturity enhances a person's appeal? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm looking forward to reading your views and seeing you in the next lesson. Hello everyone, today's B1 English listening practice exploring college dorm life. College dormitories, commonly known as dorms. This is especially intriguing for those outside the US, where living in dorms during college is less common. What are dorms? Dorms are residential buildings located on university campuses designed to house students. You can think of them as apartment buildings specifically for those attending the university. Most students in dorms have roommates, sharing either a bedroom or common areas, and the size of these rooms can vary significantly. Who lives in dorms? Typically, it's the first and second-year students who choose to live in dorms. One of the main reasons for this choice is the immediate sense of community it fosters. Living in dorms makes it easier to connect with peers and quickly build a network of friends. However, by the third and fourth years, many students opt to move off campus, seeking more privacy and independence. Challenges of dorm life. Despite the social benefits, dorm life comes with its challenges. The most notable is the lack of privacy. Many students share their room with at least one other person, and adjusting to each other's habits can be difficult. Conflicts can arise if roommates have different lifestyles or don't share responsibilities equally. Dining hall meals. Another aspect of dorm life is the reliance on the university dining hall for meals. These facilities typically offer buffet-style, all-you-can-eat meals, which can be appealing initially. However, the novelty might wear off over time, and some students find themselves tiring of the repetitive menu options. Additionally, the abundance of available food can lead to the infamous freshman 15, where students might gain weight during their first year. My experience. Personally, I spent my third and fourth college years in a dorm designed mainly for upperclassmen, which allowed me to have my own bedroom. While the private bedroom was a plus, sharing a kitchen and living area was sometimes challenging, particularly when roommates were not diligent about cleaning up after themselves. Living in dorms can be a mixed experience, offering both opportunities for friendship and challenges related to privacy and communal living. It's a unique part of university life that shapes many students' college experiences. Thank you for joining today's session on college dorm life. I hope this discussion has given you a clearer picture of what it's like to live in a college dorm and the various aspects of this living arrangement. Keep practicing, keep setting goals, and keep improving your English. See you in the next lesson. Today's lesson is tailored specifically for B1 level English learners, aiming to broaden your vocabulary and understanding of natural disasters, a topic that varies significantly depending on your geographical location. Are you ready to enhance your English skills? Let's begin. Earthquakes. First up, we discuss earthquakes. These are sudden shakes of the Earth's surface that can occur without any prior warning. For those studying English at the B1 level, it's crucial to understand terms such as seismic activity, aftershocks, and fault lines. While most earthquakes are minor and barely noticeable, major ones can cause significant destruction, disrupting lives and infrastructure. In earthquake-prone areas like California, residents often practice earthquake drills and keep emergency supplies ready. Reflecting on personal experiences, I remember the intense shaking during a major quake while at the gym, which was quite unsettling. Have you ever felt the ground tremble? What was your immediate reaction? Hurricanes. Moving on to hurricanes, these are massive storm systems characterized by strong winds, heavy rain, and storm surges. Key vocabulary for B1 learners includes cyclone, typhoon, and eye of the storm, depending on the region. The impact of hurricanes can be devastating, as illustrated by Hurricane Katrina, which not only caused extensive physical damage, but also led to significant loss of life. Living on the U.S. West Coast, I haven't experienced hurricanes personally, but understanding their power and preparing for potential impacts is crucial for those in vulnerable areas. Tornadoes. Tornadoes, another powerful natural phenomenon, are vertical funnels of rapidly spinning air. Their occurrence is predominantly in places known as Tornado Alley in the U.S., including states like Oklahoma and Kansas. For B1 learners, phrases such as supercell storms, tornado watch, and tornado warning are particularly relevant. The flat landscapes in these regions facilitate the devastating potential of tornadoes, which can obliterate everything in their paths within minutes. The cinematic depiction of people taking shelter from tornadoes is not just dramatic, but a real-life necessity for those in affected areas. Floods. Lastly, we discuss floods, which are typically caused by excessive rainfall leading to overflow of water onto normally dry land. Important terms for learners include flash flooding, water levels, and evacuation orders. In many parts of the world, poor urban planning exacerbates the effects of floods, leading to severe disruptions and damages. In places like Mexico, heavy rains regularly result in flooded streets and paralyzed traffic, illustrating the significant impact of floods on daily life and mobility. Each of these natural disasters offers a unique perspective on the forces of nature and provides a rich context for learning and discussing relevant English vocabulary. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever been affected by any of these natural disasters? How did you cope, and what was the aftermath? Your experiences are valuable, and sharing them helps us all learn more about these powerful natural phenomena. Thank you for joining today's comprehensive discussion on natural disasters tailored for B1 level English learners. Keep practicing, keep setting goals, and keep improving your English. See you in the next lesson. Hello, everyone. Today's B1 English listening practice, Understanding American Culture. Part 2. This session builds on our previous discussion, diving deeper into the unique aspects that shape the everyday experiences in the U.S. Let's delve into a few more cultural elements that are prominent in American society. High standards and expectations. One notable trait in American culture is the high standard to which people and services are held. Americans often expect excellence in everything from customer service to product quality. If expectations are not met, it's common for people to express dissatisfaction through negative reviews or by choosing not to revisit a business. Personally, I try to be understanding, but I must admit that poor service can be quite frustrating, especially when you're paying for a positive experience. The spirit of competition. Another significant aspect of American life is the pervasive sense of competition. This trait has both its positives and negatives. On the positive side, competition drives innovation and efficiency in business, science, and technology. It pushes companies and individuals to excel, often leading to remarkable advancements and consumer benefits. However, this same competitive spirit can also create pressure to always be on top, and can make individuals feel inadequate if they don't meet certain high standards. It's important to strike a balance, fostering healthy competition that motivates without overwhelming. Love for the big and bold. Lastly, it's quite amusing but true. Americans tend to love everything big. From large vehicles and spacious roads to generous food portions and bulk shopping, size often matters in the U.S. This preference is also reflected in the broad, open landscapes that characterize much of the country. It seems that in America, bigger often means better. Conclusion. These cultural traits are just a few layers of the complex, vibrant fabric that makes up American culture. I hope this discussion has given you a deeper understanding of what it's like to live and think in an American context. If there are any other American cultural elements you find intriguing, please share them in the comments below. Thank you for joining today's English listening practice. Keep practicing, keep setting goals, and keep improving your English. See you in the next lesson. Hello, everyone. Today's B1 English listening practice, an insight into American culture. American culture might be considered one of the most influential worldwide due to the extensive export of culture through media, entertainment, and the internet. Additionally, the prominence of English as a key language in business and travel contributes to its widespread influence. The pillar of freedom. Firstly, one of the central values in the U.S. is freedom. The concept of personal liberty is so significant that it's embedded in the U.S. Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. These documents assert that the government exists primarily to protect an individual's right to freedom. This ethos means that individuals are encouraged to live their lives and make personal choices as long as they do not infringe on others' rights. Unlike many societies where the community and collective good often oversee individual rights, in the U.S., the emphasis is distinctly placed on personal freedom and individualism. Politeness and communication. Moving on, let's talk about politeness, which might not make the U.S. the friendliest country, but certainly one of the politest. Americans often use indirect language to convey requests or ask questions in a softer tone. For example, instead of asking directly, "Where's the restroom?" it's more common to hear, "Could you tell me where the restroom is?" This indirect approach is preferred because it sounds more polite and is less likely to be perceived as abrupt or rude. Entrepreneurial spirit. Another defining element of American culture is the strong sense of entrepreneurship. While entrepreneurship exists worldwide, there is a unique enthusiasm in the U.S. for starting one's own business. Many Americans cherish the idea of creating something from scratch, driven by a blend of innovation, independence, and the pursuit of success. This entrepreneurial spirit is not just about economic gain, but also embodies the freedom to create and manage personal ventures. It reflects a broader cultural appreciation for innovation and self-reliance. These elements are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to American culture, and due to its richness and complexity, we'll definitely need a part 2 to cover more aspects. Thank you for joining today's session. I hope it enriches your understanding of American values and cultural nuances. Keep practicing, keep setting goals, and keep improving your English. See you in the next lesson.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to English Mini Classroom. This session is particularly designed for those of you at the B1 level of English learning. If you're aiming to enhance your listening and comprehension skills, you're in the right place. Today, we are going to explore a topic that dives into the world of supermarkets and their evolution. Supermarkets have long been suffering as one of the thinnest margin businesses in existence and one of the least looked forward to places to work or visit. For more than a decade, they have been under attack from e-commerce giants, blamed for making Americans fat, and accused of contributing to climate change. Supermarkets can technically be defined as giants housing 15,000 to 60,000 different products. The revolutionary idea of a self-service grocery, where people could hunt and gather food from aisles, rather than asking a clerk to fetch items from behind a counter, first came about in America. There is some debate about which was the very first, but over the years a consensus is built around King Cullen Supermarket, founded in New York in 1930. For some 300 years, Americans had fed themselves from small stores and public markets. Shopping for food involved mud, noisy chickens, clouds of flies, nasty smells, bargaining, and getting shortchanged. The supermarket imitated the Fordist factory, with its emphasis on efficiency and standardization, and reimagined it as a place to buy food. Supermarkets may not feel cutting edge now, but they were a revolution in distribution at the time. They were such strange marvels that, on her first official state visit to the United States in 1957, Queen Elizabeth II insisted on an impromptu tour of a suburban Maryland giant food. The typical supermarket layout has barely changed over the past 90 years. Most stores open with flowers, fruit, and vegetables at the front as a breath of freshness to arouse our appetite. Meanwhile, they keep the milk, eggs, and other daily basics all the way back, so you'll travel through as much of the store as possible and be tempted along the way. In the early days, as the supermarket multiplied, so did our suspicion of it. We have long feared that this revolution in distribution uses corporate black magic on our appetite. The book The Hidden Persuaders, published in 1957, warned that supermarkets were putting women in a hypnoidal trance, causing them to wander aisles, bumping into boxes and picking things off shelves at random. Now, I'm going to ask you some questions about today's topic to test your understanding. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. What problem have supermarkets been facing? 2. What does the passage say about the idea of a self-service grocery? 3. What did supermarkets do by adopting the Fordist factory approach? 4. What is the typical supermarket layout intended to do? 5. What have people long feared about supermarkets? Please leave your comments and share your thoughts. I'll see you next time. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's B1 English listening practice session. Today we are going to talk about the growing cooperation between China and Africa and how this relationship is shaping the future for both regions. Recently, a major event took place in Beijing, China, the China-Africa Cooperation Forum, where leaders from 53 African countries and representatives of international organizations gathered to discuss how China and Africa can work together to promote development, peace, and modernization. Chinese President Xi Jinping delivered a keynote speech at the forum. He emphasized the strong historical bond between China and Africa, explaining that the two sides have always supported each other, especially during difficult times. He said that the relationship between China and Africa has now reached the best stage in history and will continue to grow stronger in the future. Xi Jinping also proposed elevating China-Africa relations to a new level, calling it the New Era China-Africa Community of Shared Future. President Xi Jinping outlined 6 key areas where China and Africa would work together to achieve modernization. 1. Fair and just modernization. China is ready to share its experience in governance with African countries to help them develop according to their own unique circumstances. 2. Open and win-win cooperation. China and Africa will strengthen cooperation in industries like agriculture, infrastructure, and trade, promoting mutual benefits for both regions. 3. People-centered development. The goal of modernization is to improve people's lives. China will help Africa reduce poverty and create more jobs, improving the overall well-being of the people. 4. Inclusive modernization. Development should be balanced, focusing not only on material progress, but also on cultural and spiritual growth. China and Africa will work together to promote respect for different cultures. 5. Eco-friendly modernization. China will support Africa's efforts in green development and environmental protection, helping to create a more sustainable future. 6. Peace and security. Modernization can only happen in a peaceful and stable environment. China will help Africa improve its ability to maintain peace and security. Over the next 3 years, China will take specific actions to further strengthen the partnership. These include enhancing cultural exchanges, providing development assistance, promoting health and education, and creating more job opportunities for Africans. For example, China will help train 500,000 people in Africa, offer scholarships, and build more schools. There will also be a focus on infrastructure projects, such as building railways, roads, and airports to improve connectivity across Africa. In conclusion, the China-Africa Cooperation Forum is a platform where both regions come together to share ideas and collaborate on building a brighter future. Through their strong partnership, China and Africa are working to achieve modernization, reduce poverty, and promote peace and development. This cooperation not only benefits the people of China and Africa, but also contributes to global progress. Now, I'm going to ask you 2 questions about today's video. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. What are the 6 key areas of cooperation between China and Africa mentioned in the video? 2. How will China help Africa in terms of education and job creation? That's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English, and I'll see you next time.
Hello everyone, and welcome to today's B1 level English listening practice video. Today we will analyse a reading comprehension passage from the 2023 CET4 exam, which explores team building exercises in the workplace and the employees' reactions to them. Let's dive into the passage and understand it in detail. team building exercises have become popular for managers trying to increase organizational and team harmony and productivity. Unfortunately, many employees resent compulsory bonding and often regard these exercises as a nuisance. A paper published this week by University of Sydney researchers in social networks has reported participants' feelings about team-building interventions, revealing ethical implications in forcing employees to take part. Many people see team-building activities as a waste of time, so we decided to look in more depth at what's behind this, said the paper's lead researcher, Dr. Peter Matus. Teams are formed, combined and restructured. Staff are relocated and office spaces redesigned. All this is done with the aim of improving workplace efficiency, collaboration and cohesion. But does any of this work? Said Dr. Matus. The study found that team-building exercises which focused on the sharing of and intervening into personal attitudes and relationships between team members were considered too heavy-handed and intrusive, although the researchers say some degree of openness and vulnerability is often necessary to make deep, effective connections with colleagues. Some participants were against team-building exercises because they were implicitly compulsory. They didn't welcome management's interest in their lives beyond their direct work performance, said Matus. Many people don't want to be forced into having fun or making friends, especially not on top of their busy jobs. They feel management is being too nosy or trying to control their lives too much. In this study, the researchers recommended a self-disclosure approach where participants were guided through a series of questions that allowed them to increasingly disclose personal information and values. The method is well tested and has been shown to increase interpersonal closeness. However, to be successful, it must be voluntary. The researchers said there are numerous schools of thought that propose differing psychological methods for strengthening relationships. With caution, many relational methods to improve teams and organizations can be borrowed from other fields. The question is how to apply them effectively to strengthen an entire collective, which is more than just the sum of individual relationships, said Dr. Matos. Now I'm going to ask you 5 questions about today's video. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. Why are many employees opposed to team building exercises? 2. What did Dr. Matus and his team do to find out whether team building activities would improve productivity? 3. What did the study by Matus's team find about some team building exercises? 4. How can the self-disclosure approach succeed in increasing interpersonal closeness? 5. What does Matus think of the various psychological methods borrowed from other fields for strengthening relationships? That's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English and I'll see you next time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Mini Classroom. Today's B1 English listening practice is about the success of the Chinese sports team at the Paris Olympics and the pride it has brought to the country. At the Paris Olympics, the Chinese sports team achieved an outstanding result, winning 40 gold medals, 27 silver medals, and 24 bronze medals. This is the best performance by the Chinese team in an overseas Olympics since 1984. On August 20th, President Xi Jinping met with the entire Chinese sports team at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing. He congratulated them on their success and thanked them for making the country proud. He also praised all the people working in sports across China. The Olympic Games are not just about competition and medals. They are also about teamwork, perseverance, and showing the spirit of the nation. The Chinese athletes showed great determination and unity, demonstrating the deep cultural heritage of China and the strong, open, and confident character of the Chinese people. One example of this spirit is the performance of young athletes like Huan Yuting and Shon Lihao, who won China's first gold medal at the Paris Olympics. This was also the first gold medal awarded at these games. Shon Lihao said, "We are happy to bring glory to our country. We are just doing what we should be doing." Another example is Dong Xinwen, who made history by winning China's first Olympic gold medal in women's singles tennis. After her victory, she said, "This victory is incomparable and unique for me. The Olympics have always been more important than other tournaments. For us, national honor is always greater than personal achievement." This spirit of teamwork and unity is also a key part of the Chinese sports culture. For example, in the swimming events at the Paris Olympics, Pan Zhanle set a new world record in the men's 100-meter freestyle, and then helped his team win the gold medal in the 4x100-meter medley relay, ending the United States' 40-year dominance in the event. In the same spirit, the Chinese freestyle bicycle motocross team, which didn't even qualify for the last Olympics, won their first gold medal in this event at the Paris Olympics. This victory was the result of teamwork, strong coaching, and support from various departments. The Olympic Games are also about friendship and solidarity. After the table tennis mixed doubles medal ceremony, athletes from China, North Korea, and South Korea took a group photo together, showing the Olympic spirit of more unity. President Xi Jinping praised the Chinese sports team, saying that their outstanding achievements have promoted both the Chinese sports spirit and the Olympic spirit. He emphasized that the success of the Chinese sports team reflects the progress of China's sports development and is a symbol of the achievements of China's modernization. This summer, the Chinese sports team has written a new chapter in the history of Chinese sports with their excellent results. Their success has inspired patriotism, uplifted the national spirit, and brought together the strength of the Chinese people both at home and abroad. We firmly believe that as long as we stay united and move forward bravely, there will be no difficulties we cannot overcome and no peaks we cannot reach. Thank you for joining today's session. I hope this discussion has given you a better understanding of the success of the Chinese sports team at the Paris Olympics. Keep practicing, keep setting goals, and keep improving your English. See you in the next lesson.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to English Mini Classroom. Today's B1 English listening practice is about the recent rise in vegetable prices in China and the challenges it brings to both consumers and sellers. In recent weeks, many consumers in China have noticed a significant increase in the prices of vegetables. For example, Ms. Liu, a resident of Haidian district in Beijing, was shocked when she went to buy 2 cucumbers last week. The price had risen to 9.8 yuan per kilogram, much higher than the usual 2 to 3 yuan per kilogram. This sudden increase in prices has left many people feeling the impact on their wallets. Across China, discussions about the rising prices of vegetables have been trending. Some people joke that eating vegetables is now as expensive as eating meat, while others express concern about how this is affecting their budgets. According to data from the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Affairs, the average price of 28 types of vegetables being monitored was 6.11 yuan per kilogram on August 22nd. 2 months earlier, the average price was only 4.33 yuan per kilogram. However, with the improvement in weather conditions in the main production areas, the situation has started to change. On-the-ground reports from Beijing indicate that the strong rise in both wholesale and retail prices of many agricultural products has slowed down, and some prices have even slightly decreased. Industry experts predict that as crops take time to grow and harvest, we may see a more noticeable decrease in the prices of many agricultural products in September and October. During peak hours in a large supermarket in Changping District, Beijing, more and more people gathered in the vegetable section. The supermarket manager, Mr. Zhang, was sorting out vegetables that weren't fresh, while also responding to customers' inquiries. Some customers were surprised at the recent price hikes, but Mr. Zhang explained that the increase in wholesale prices was the main reason. Fortunately, some prices have started to drop. For example, the price of cucumbers was reduced from 5.9 yuan per kilogram in the morning to 5.5 yuan per kilogram in the afternoon. He also mentioned that prices could decrease further. Many consumers have also changed their shopping habits due to the rising prices. In one fresh supermarket in Chaoyang District, a discount area was set up where vegetables that were not sold or slightly damaged by the end of the day were offered at a lower price. This has attracted many customers, especially elderly people, who are looking for more affordable options. While consumers are feeling the pressure of rising prices, sellers are also struggling. For instance,
In the Xinfadi market, the largest agricultural wholesale market in Beijing, vegetable wholesalers have noticed that their clients are buying fewer products due to the increased prices. This has made it harder for wholesalers to profit, as their margins are very thin, often just a few cents per kilogram. The situation has led some to question where the profits are going, as both consumers and sellers seem to be suffering. The spokesperson of Xinfadi Market, Mr. Tong Wei, explained that extreme weather has caused a reduction in vegetable production, leading to higher prices. Even though prices have increased, farmers are still losing money due to lower production. Now, with the recent improvement in weather conditions, experts believe that the prices of vegetables will gradually decrease, but it may take until October for prices to return to more reasonable levels. Now, I'm going to ask you some questions about today's topic to test your understanding. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. What was Mrs. Liu's reaction when she saw the price of cucumbers in Beijing? 2. What are experts predicting about vegetable prices in the coming months? 3. What is one suggested way to prevent severe fluctuations in vegetable prices? Please leave your comments and share your thoughts. I'll see you next time.
Hello everyone, welcome back to English Mini Classroom. Today's B1 English listening practice is about a new game that's making waves both in China and around the world. Black Myth Wukong. This game has become incredibly popular, and its influence is spreading far beyond just the gaming community. Black Myth is a Chinese AAA game, which means it represents the highest level of game production, with a large budget, vast content, and high quality. The game has already sold over 1.2 million copies before its official release, setting a new record for pre-sales in China. The game was officially launched globally on August 20th, and by that afternoon it had over 1.5 million players online on Steam, the largest digital game distribution platform in the world. So, what makes Black Myth so special? It's the first AAA game in China that has gained such massive attention. AAA games are usually very expensive and take a long time to develop, so it's rare for companies to take on such a big risk. But with Black Myth, China finally has a game that stands on the world stage. The game's success has also brought a lot of attention to related products and brands. For example, many companies have released special Black Myth merchandise, like clothing, drinks, and electronic devices. These products have been selling out quickly, showing the strong buying power of the game's fans. The game has even influenced tourism. Much of the scenery in Black Myth is based on real locations in Shaanxi, China. After the game was released, these places became popular tourist destinations. The Shaanxi Provincial Tourism Bureau even promoted the game's filming locations, and many people started visiting these sites to see the places that inspired the game. But Black Myth is more than just a game. It's also a cultural phenomenon. Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, is one of the most famous characters in Chinese mythology. For a long time, many foreign players only knew about Sun Wukong through Japanese manga like Dragon Ball, where the character is also inspired by the Monkey King. Now, with the release of Black Myth, players around the world are getting to know the real Sun Wukong, with his iconic features like the golden headband, the red robe, and the powerful staff. As the game's producer, Feng Ji, said, "The journey to the west is more important than reaching the sacred mountain." This quote perfectly captures the spirit of the game. It's not just about the destination, but about the adventure and the experiences along the way. Black Myth is not only a major success in the gaming industry, but it's also a way for Chinese culture to reach a global audience. As players around the world dive into the game, they are learning more about Chinese stories, characters, and traditions. This game has given China a strong presence in the AAA gaming market and has allowed Chinese culture to shine on the world stage. With Black Myth, China has proven that it can create a game that not only meets but exceeds global standards. The success of this game is a milestone for the Chinese gaming industry and a new chapter in the story of Chinese cultural influence worldwide. Thank you for joining today's session. I hope this discussion has given you a better understanding of how Black Myth Wukong is making an impact both in China and globally. keep practicing, keep setting goals, and keep improving your English. See you in the next lesson.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. Today, we're going to have some fun learning English with a popular Disney movie. We'll be watching a scene featuring the lovable snowman Olaf from Frozen. This movie captivated hearts worldwide with its enchanting tale of two sisters, Anna and Elsa. Frozen became a cultural phenomenon, fostering a sense of empowerment and confidence in young girls everywhere, and reminding us all how important it is to be our true selves. In today's lesson, we'll focus on improving your listening skills. If you're new here, our method is simple. First, you'll watch the scene with subtitles, paying close attention to the dialogue and how the characters speak. After that, we'll watch the clip again, but this time without subtitles, to test your comprehension. Now, let's start by watching the scene with subtitles. Pay attention to the words and how they are pronounced.
I never knew winter could be so beautiful.
Yeah, it really is beautiful, isn't it? But it's so white. You know, how about a little color? I'm thinking like maybe some crimson, chartreuse. How about yellow? No, not yellow. Yellow and snow? No go. Am I right? Hi.
You're creepy.
Whoa!
I don't want it.
Whoa, back at you.
Please don't drop me.
Come on, it's just ahead.
No.
All right, we got off to a bad start.
Ew, the body.
Wait, what am I looking at right now? Why are you hanging off the earth like a bat?
All right, wait 1 second.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Now I'm perfect.
Well, almost.
It was like my whole life got turned upside down.
Oh, too hard. I'm sorry. I was just. Are you okay?
Are you kidding me? I am wonderful. I've always wanted a nose.
Cute. It's like a little baby unicorn.
What? Hey, whoa! Oh, I love it even more. All right, let's start this thing over. Hi, everyone. I'm Olaf, and I like warm hugs.
Olaf? That's right. Olaf.
And you are...
I'm Anna.
And who's the funky-looking donkey over there?
That's Sven.
Uh-huh. And who's the reindeer?
Sven?
Oh, okay. Make things easier for me. Oh, look at him trying to kiss my nose. I like you, too.
Olaf, did Elsa build you?
Yeah, why?
Do you know where she is?
Fascinating.
Yeah, why?
Do you think you could show us the way?
Yeah, why?
How does this work? Ow!
Stop it, Sven. Try and focus here. Yeah, why?
Great job. Now that we've watched the scene with subtitles, let's watch the clip one more time, this time without subtitles. Try to understand as much as you can. Let's see how much you remember.
I never knew winter could be so beautiful.
Yeah, it really is beautiful, isn't it? But it's so white. You know, how about a little color? I'm thinking like maybe some crimson, chartreuse. How about yellow? No, not yellow. Yellow and snow? No go. Am I right? Hi.
You're creepy.
Whoa!
I don't want it.
Whoa, back at you.
Please don't drop me.
Come on, it's just ahead.
No.
All right, we got off to a bad start.
Ew, the body.
Wait, what am I looking at right now? Why are you hanging off the earth like a bat?
All right, wait 1 second.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Now I'm perfect.
Well, almost.
It was like my whole life got turned upside down.
Oh, too hard. I'm sorry. I was just. Are you okay?
Are you kidding me? I am wonderful. I've always wanted a nose.
Cute. It's like a little baby unicorn.
What? Hey, whoa! Oh, I love it even more. All right, let's start this thing over. Hi, everyone. I'm Olaf, and I like warm hugs.
Olaf? That's right. Olaf.
And you are...
I'm Anna.
And who's the funky-looking donkey over there?
That's Sven.
Uh-huh. And who's the reindeer?
Sven?
Oh, okay. Make things easier for me. Oh, look at him trying to kiss my nose. I like you too.
Olaf, did Elsa build you?
Yeah, why?
Do you know where she is?
Fascinating.
Yeah, why?
Do you think you could show us the way?
Yeah, why?
How does this work? Ow!
Stop it, Sven. Try and focus here. Yeah, why?
And that's it. Keep practicing your listening skills and you'll see improvement in no time. Thank you for watching English Mini Classroom. See you in the next video. Hello everyone, today's B1 English listening practice is focused on exploring more aspects of Chinese culture, Part 2. Building on our previous discussion, we will dive deeper into the unique characteristics that shape everyday life in China. Let's delve into a few more cultural elements that are prominent in Chinese culture. The concept of harmony. A notable trait in Chinese culture is the emphasis on harmony. This concept is rooted in Confucianism and Taoism, which teach that balance and harmony are essential for a peaceful society. In personal relationships, this means avoiding conflict and maintaining good relations with others. Harmony is also reflected in Chinese architecture, art, and even in the layout of cities, where the environment is designed to be in balance with nature. Food and cuisine. Another significant aspect of Chinese culture is the importance of food. Chinese cuisine is famous worldwide for its variety and flavors. Meals are often a social event, bringing family and friends together. In China, food is not just about eating, it's about sharing, connection, and tradition. Different regions in China have their own distinct cuisines, from the spicy dishes of Sichuan to the delicate flavors of Cantonese cuisine. Each meal is a reflection of the region's history and culture. The role of festivals. Festivals play a crucial role in Chinese culture, providing a way to celebrate heritage and traditions. In addition to the Chinese New Year and Mid-Autumn Festival, there are many other festivals that are celebrated throughout the year. The Dragon Boat Festival, for example, commemorates the ancient poet Chu Yan and is marked by dragon boat races and eating zongzi, a type of rice dumpling. The Lantern Festival, which marks the end of the Chinese New Year celebrations, is celebrated with beautiful lantern displays and the eating of tanyuan, a sweet glutinous rice ball. These cultural traits are just a few aspects of the vibrant and diverse culture that makes up China. I hope this discussion has given you a deeper understanding of what it's like to live and think in the Chinese context. If there are any other Chinese cultural elements you find intriguing, please share them in the comments below. Thank you for joining today's English listening practice. Keep practicing, keep setting goals, and keep improving your English. See you in the next lesson. Hello, everyone. Today's B1 English listening practice is focused on understanding Chinese culture. Today's video is divided into two parts. In this first part, we will explore some foundational elements of Chinese culture. Chinese culture is one of the oldest and most complex in the world, with a rich history that spans thousands of years. Its influence can be seen not only in East Asia, but also across the globe. The importance of family. One of the most central values in Chinese culture is the importance of family. Family members often live together or nearby, and there is a strong emphasis on respect for elders. This respect is rooted in Confucian philosophy, which teaches that the family is the foundation of society. In China, it is common for several generations to live under one roof, with grandparents playing a significant role in raising children. Respect for tradition. Another key aspect of Chinese culture is the deep respect for tradition. Many Chinese festivals and practices have been passed down for centuries. For example, the Chinese New Year, also known as the Spring Festival, is the most important traditional holiday in China. It is a time for family reunions, honoring ancestors, and enjoying traditional foods. The Mid-Autumn Festival is another important celebration, where families gather to admire the full moon and eat mooncakes. Education and hard work. Education is highly valued in Chinese culture, with a strong focus on academic achievement. Parents encourage their children to study hard and excel in school, as education is seen as the key to a successful future. This emphasis on hard work and perseverance is a defining characteristic of the Chinese approach to life. It reflects the belief that success is achieved through diligence and effort. These elements are just a glimpse into the rich tapestry of Chinese culture.
There is so much more to explore, from the arts and cuisine to language and philosophy. Thank you for joining today's session. In the second part of this video, we will dive deeper into more aspects of Chinese culture. Keep practicing, keep setting goals, and keep improving your English. See you in the next lesson. Today's B1 English listening practice, a journey through cherished memories. Hello, everyone. Today we're going to share and reflect on some cherished memories. It's always a pleasure to reminisce about those special moments that have shaped us. So, let's dive into the stories from my past that have left a lasting impression. 6th grade camping adventure. Our first memory takes us back to a unique tradition from my school days in the US, the 6th grade camp. This wasn't your typical camping with tents. Instead, we stayed in cabins, each managed by a camp counselor. It was an incredible week filled with outdoor activities like hiking, archery, and rock climbing, which were perfect for someone as outdoorsy as me. We also had ample time to socialize, play, and bond with peers, making it a standout memory from my elementary school years. Next, let's talk about my trip to Hawaii when I was 13. It was one of the first times I traveled without my parents, which made it particularly memorable. We stayed in a lovely hotel across from Waikiki Beach in Honolulu. The freedom and beauty of Hawaii at that young age felt absolutely exhilarating, making it a trip to remember. The freedom of driving. Another significant memory was the first day I drove to school by myself. I had just turned 16 and received my driver's license. The freedom of driving my own car with a playlist I had carefully selected for the occasion made me feel on top of the world. It was a proud and liberating moment that marked a rite of passage for me as a young woman in America. High school graduation. Graduating from high school was another pivotal moment. The ceremony itself might not have been grand, but the relief and excitement for the future were immense. It marked the end of one chapter and the beginning of another, filled with dreams and expectations for what was to come. Language exchange program in Mexico. One of my most treasured memories is from 2013, when I participated in a language exchange program in Mexico. This was my first solo international experience, and nothing could have prepared me for the challenges and adventures that awaited. I struggled initially due to the language barrier, staying with a host couple who spoke no English. However, as I adapted, learned Spanish, and made friends, the experience enriched my life profoundly. I even met my future husband during this program, and we still cherish the places we visited together during that time. Reflections on the past. Reminiscing about these experiences not only brings joy but also teaches us valuable life lessons. Each memory holds a special place in my heart and has contributed to who I am today. Thank you for joining today's session. I hope you found these stories from my past as enriching as they were for me to share. Keep practicing your English and exploring the personal histories that shape us. Until next time, keep learning and stay inspired. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. You can use this video to practice your listening and comprehension as I speak. Today, I'm going to talk about tipping. This is a great topic to discuss with people from different countries, because each country has its own attitudes and customs when it comes to this subject. So, first of all, what is tipping? Tipping is when you give a little bit of extra money to a person who does some service for you. This money isn't included in the official cost of the service. It's money that you give on top of that. So, who do we give tips to, and how do we calculate the correct sum of money to give? Well, that depends 100% on where you live. I'm going to focus mainly on tipping in America since that's the country that I'm from. Tipping in America is often a stressful process for foreigners who are visiting the country. The reason for this is that the US has a tipping culture that's unparalleled anywhere else. No other country treats this subject the way that America does. Let's talk about restaurants in the US, which is the primary place where people tip. In the past, like when I was a kid, it was standard practice to leave a 15% gratuity. Gratuity, by the way, is a fancy word for tip. So most people left a 15% gratuity when they ate at a normal restaurant. If the service was exceptional, then maybe you'd give a little more, but if the service was normal, then 15% was the standard. Now, fast forward to today, and 15% is barely even acceptable at many places. Sometimes when you pay by card in certain establishments, you'll have to use a touchscreen to choose the amount that you want to tip and then sign it. Well, sometimes this screen doesn't even give you the initial option to tip 15%. It will say 18%, 20%, and 22%, or something like that. If you want to choose a different amount, then you'll have to select that option and type in the amount. They pressure you into tipping at least 18%. I think this is crazy. I think 15% is perfectly fair, and we shouldn't feel bullied into giving more, but it seems like most of the country is happy to fork over 18% no matter how the service was, and so 18% has become the new norm. In other countries, most people do not tip 18%. In Mexico, for instance, tipping 10% is normal, and in some countries, tipping at restaurants isn't even a big thing. But in the US, if you choose not to leave a tip, the waiter will come up to you and ask you what the matter is. It's simply unacceptable not to leave a tip, even if the service was below average. It might not be a law, but it sure feels like one. Aside from restaurants, it's also common for Americans to leave tips for other services. If you get your hair cut, you'd better leave a tip for the barber. When I get my hair cut in Mexico, I always leave a tip. And the barber looks really grateful because that's not customary for most Mexicans. How about you? Do you tip your barber? Another person you need to tip is the bellhop or the hotel porter. This is the guy that helps you with your luggage when you're checking in and out of a hotel. And one other hotel worker that Americans tip is the maid. Some non-Americans might be surprised to hear this, but it's true. Americans usually leave a tip for the housekeeper at the end of their stay at a hotel. We put the money on the corner of the table in our hotel room before we check out. As you can see, Americans tip like crazy. Some people really like this type of culture and think it's great that these workers receive big tips. Other people think that there are some inconsistencies when it comes to tipping in the US. Like, for example, if we tip waiters at restaurants, why shouldn't we tip the cashier at McDonald's? Regardless of how you feel about tipping, one thing's for sure. If you travel to the US, you're going to have to factor tips into your travel budget. Okay, now I'm going to ask you 3 questions about today's video to check your comprehension. 1. What's another word we can use for tip? 2. What's one type of worker besides waiters that Americans leave tips for? 3. Where do we leave the money when we tip maids at hotels? Leave a comment and answer the questions. I'll see you next time.
Hello everyone, welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. You can use this video to train your listening and comprehension as I speak. Today we're going to talk about the housing crisis in the United States. The United States is facing a housing crisis. Affordable housing is inadequate, while luxury homes abound and homelessness remains a persistent problem. Despite this popular culture and the housing industry market happiness as living with both more space and more amenities. Big houses are advertised as a reward for hard work and diligence, turning housing from a basic necessity into a luxury. This is reflected in our homes. The average single-family home built in the United States before 1970 was less than 1,500 square feet in size. By 2016, the average size of a new single-family home was 2,422 square feet. What's more, homes built in the 2000s were more likely than earlier models to have more of all types of spaces, bedrooms, bathrooms, living rooms, dining rooms, recreation rooms, and garages. There are consequences of living big. As middle-class houses have grown larger, 2 things have happened. First, large houses take time to maintain, So cleaners and other low-wage service workers are required to keep these houses in order. Second, once public spaces, where people from diverse backgrounds used to come together, have increasingly become privatized, leading to a reduction in the number of public facilities available to all, and a reduced quality of life for many. Take swimming pools. While in 1950, only 2,500 U.S. families owned pools. By 1999, this number was 4 million. At the same time, public municipal pools were often closed, leaving low-income people nowhere to swim. The trend for bigger housing thus poses ethical questions. Should Americans accept a system in which the middle and upper classes enjoy a luxurious lifestyle, using the low-wage labor of others? Are we willing to accept a system in which an increase in amenities purchased by the affluent means a reduction in amenities for the poor? I believe neither is acceptable. We must change the way we think. Living well does not need to mean having more private spaces. Instead, it could mean having more public spaces. A better goal than building bigger houses for some is to create more publicly accessible spaces and amenities for all. Now I'm going to ask you some questions about today's topic to test your understanding. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. What are big houses promoted to be in the United States? 2. What is one of the consequences of living big? 3. What questions arise from living big? 4. What kind of social system does the author think is unacceptable? 5. What does the author advocate for people to live well? Please leave your comments and share your thoughts. I'll see you next time. Hello everyone. Welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. You can use this video to train your listening and comprehension as I speak. Today we're going to talk about the modern amenities of Chinese hotels that are impressing foreign visitors. As we explore China Hotel, we will uncover why these hotels are becoming viral topics on international social media platforms. Let's find out why these facilities are so appealing to travelers from all over the world. Chinese hotels are increasingly incorporating cutting-edge technology that astonishes their international guests. From automated curtains and wireless charging stations to intelligent voice control systems and robotic meal delivery, these features are not just convenient, but are transforming the guest experience into something out of a science fiction movie. These advancements are common even in mid-range hotels, which surprises many visitors. One of the main reasons for this shift is the impact of China travel on social media. As more travelers share their experiences online, hotels are playing a crucial role in shaping how foreigners view China. A recent video by a foreign vlogger showed the technological wonders of a modest Chinese hotel. He kept saying, "Amazing," and the video went viral. This is a testament to how significant the role of modern amenities is in enhancing guest experiences. For many foreigners, the hotel stay is their first encounter with China, and it significantly influences their first impression of the country. Some arrive with preconceived notions or to verify the stories they have heard. These positive experiences in smart hotels often change their minds, leading to more appreciation and understanding of Chinese innovation and hospitality. Furthermore, focusing on advanced services in hotels shows a broader commitment to quality in the service industry. As these establishments are pivotal in how foreign visitors perceive China, it is crucial that the service quality matches the technological sophistication. Good service is not just about meeting expectations, but exceeding them, ensuring that every guest leaves with a favorable view of their stay. In conclusion, the evolution of Chinese hotels into hubs of advanced technology and superior service is not just enhancing guest experiences, but also reshaping China's image on the global stage. The hospitality sector's use of technology and focus on quality service is proving to be a successful way to attract and impress international visitors. Now, I'm going to ask you some questions about today's topic to test your understanding. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. What modern amenities do Chinese hotels offer to their guests? 2. How do these technological features impact the perception of foreign visitors about China? 3. Why is it crucial for the service quality in Chinese hotels to match their technological sophistication? Please leave your comments and share your thoughts.
I'll see you next time.
Hello everyone, welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. You can use this video to practice your listening and comprehension as I speak. So, today I'm going to talk about adulthood. This is a topic that many of you can relate to because I assume that the majority of my viewers are adults. Some of us wish we were still kids sometimes, but there's nothing we can do to roll back the time. So first, let's talk about some of the most notable differences that exist between childhood and adulthood. The first thing that comes to mind is the responsibility that comes with being an adult. This is something that most kids and teenagers underestimate about adulthood. For example, when I was in high school, I couldn't wait to be an adult. I thought the responsibilities wouldn't be as hard as everyone always told me they'd be. But wow, was I mistaken? Young people simply can't imagine all the challenges that adulthood presents. Of course, they know that they'll probably get married, move out of their parents' house, and, of course, have a career and make enough money to support a family. It sounds relatively straightforward, but it's definitely harder than we think it is when we're still young. It was a challenge for me to become independent from my parents because they'd always paid for everything and helped me with all my problems. When you take that security away, it's a little scary for a young adult. Becoming financially independent is undoubtedly one of the hardest things about being an adult. For example, those of you who pay rent know that it can sometimes be a struggle, especially if you're still in an early stage of your career. I think that parents should spend a lot of time teaching their kids about financial responsibility. This way, when they're adults, they won't have to learn everything from scratch. They'll already have a good foundation to build upon. How about you? Was it hard for you to become financially independent? Aside from the financial aspect, the other huge responsibility is getting married and raising children. Choosing the right husband or wife is one of the most critical decisions we'll ever make. If you choose wrong, you're going to have to live with the consequences of that for the rest of your life. However, even if you choose the right spouse, you're still going to face all kinds of challenges in your marriage. That's a given. It's our responsibility to work with our spouse as a team to overcome these challenges. Those of you who are married know exactly what I'm talking about. And of course, everything gets a little more complicated when we have kids. At that point, you take on much more responsibility. Okay, now let's talk about some of the positives of being an adult. For me, one of the best things is being able to make decisions for myself. When you're an adult, you get to decide your own future. You can choose the path you want to take. This isn't easy, but I think it's exciting. You get to pick your career, your spouse, your residence, etc., etc. Another great thing about being an adult is that you understand the world better. When you're a child, you still have a limited view of the world around you, and you have limited experience. But as an adult, you're able to see things more clearly. In turn, this means that you solve problems more effectively and learn from your mistakes more easily. One last positive about being an adult is that you can accomplish more. With the exception of child prodigies, people in general achieve the most when they're fully grown. As an adult, you've probably already studied and gained experience, so you're more prepared to do significant things with your life. I hope I can achieve a lot in my adult life, and I'll definitely continue setting goals for myself to make sure I do that. Okay, now I'm going to ask you 3 questions about today's video to check your comprehension. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. What's one challenge of being an adult? 2. What's one positive thing about being an adult? 3. What will I do to make sure I achieve a lot in my adult life? That's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English and I'll see you next time. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's English listening practice video. This session is designed for those of you at the B1 level of English learning. Today, we're going to discuss a concept that has recently gained a lot of attention called the happiness principle. This principle involves the idea of stepping back or avoiding confrontation in order to maintain your happiness and well-being. It's a strategy that can be applied in various situations in life, especially when dealing with conflicts or provocations. What is the happiness principle? The happiness principle suggests that when you have a stable and happy life, it's often better to avoid unnecessary conflicts or confrontations. Instead of engaging in disputes, it's wiser to step back and protect your peace of mind. This principle is based on the idea that if you are happy and content, you should avoid letting negative situations or people disrupt your life. Why do people follow the happiness principle? People who value their happiness and well-being often choose to follow this principle. They understand that getting involved in conflicts can bring unnecessary stress and anxiety. For example, if you have a happy family life and a good job, why risk that by engaging in an argument with someone who is upset or aggressive? It's better to protect what you have rather than lose it over something trivial. Imagine you're at a social gathering and someone tries to provoke you with rude comments. Instead of reacting angrily, the happiness principle suggests that you should stay calm and avoid escalating the situation. By doing so, you maintain your composure and protect your peace of mind. The other person might be going through a difficult time, and your reaction could make things worse for both of you. In personal relationships, conflicts are inevitable. However, instead of arguing or trying to prove you're right, it might be better to step back and approach the situation with understanding and patience. This can help prevent the conflict from escalating and allows you to maintain a healthy and happy relationship. Stepping back doesn't mean you're weak or afraid of confrontation. It's about making a rational decision to protect your happiness and well-being. In many cases, conflicts can lead to negative outcomes, such as stress, anxiety, or even physical harm. By choosing to step back, you're prioritizing your own peace and safety. For example, if you encounter someone who is clearly upset or aggressive, engaging with them could put you in a dangerous situation. By stepping back and avoiding the confrontation, you protect yourself and your loved ones from potential harm. A key aspect of the happiness principle is staying calm in the face of provocation or conflict. When you remain calm, you're better able to think clearly and make rational decisions. This helps you avoid making impulsive choices that could negatively impact your life. For instance, if someone cuts you off in traffic, your initial reaction might be to get angry or confront the other driver. However, by staying calm and letting it go, you avoid unnecessary stress and keep your focus on what truly matters, your own safety and well-being. Rational thinking plays a crucial role in the happiness principle. Before deciding how to respond to a challenging situation, it's important to weigh the pros and cons. Ask yourself, is this worth my time and energy? Will engaging in this conflict make me feel better, or will it just cause more stress? By considering these questions, you can make a more informed decision about whether to step back or engage in the situation. Often, you'll find that stepping back is the better choice, as it allows you to preserve your happiness and avoid unnecessary stress. Happiness can be very simple, knowing when to step back, ignoring things that bother you, and not over-explaining or overthinking things that don't make sense. Not fighting for every win is wisdom, and letting go is a form of kindness. By letting go, you're freeing both yourself and others. In conclusion, the happiness principle is a valuable strategy for maintaining your happiness and well-being in the face of conflicts and provocations. By choosing to step back and avoid unnecessary confrontations, you protect your peace of mind and ensure that you can continue to enjoy the good things in your life. Remember, staying calm and making rational decisions are key components of this principle. So, the next time you find yourself in a challenging situation, think about the happiness principle and consider whether stepping back might be the best choice for you. Now, I'm going to ask you 2 questions about today's video. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. How can the happiness principle help you maintain your well-being? 2. How can staying calm in a challenging situation benefit you? That's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English, and I'll see you next time.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Mini Classroom. This session is particularly designed for those of you at the B1 level of English learning. If you're aiming to enhance your listening and comprehension skills, you're in the right place. Today, we are going to explore a topic that discusses the traditional school year and the idea of year-round schooling. The traditional school year, with 3 months of vacation every summer, was first implemented when America was an agricultural society and the summer months were needed for farm work. Since then, we've completely changed as a nation. Students no longer spend summers farming, but they aren't in school either. The average American student receives 13 weeks off from school each calendar year, with about 11 of those during the summer. Few other countries have more than 7 weeks off in a school calendar. With the US lagging behind other countries in academics, it's time to consider year-round schooling. One benefit of this change is that students will not fall victim to the summer slide, or the well-documented phenomenon where students forget some of the knowledge they have acquired when too much time is taken off from school. Decades of research shows that it can take from 8 to 13 weeks at the beginning of every school year for students to get back to where they were before the summer holiday. But year-round schooling isn't just about academics. Teachers and students experience a closer relationship in year-round schools than they do in traditional schools. And in the absence of any long-term break, students do not feel detached from the school environment. These closer bonds and greater attachment pay off. Research shows that students in year-round schools are more self-confident and feel more positive about their schooling experience. But don't kids need time to relax? Some childhood development experts believe that time off from school is vital to healthy development, as kids are not designed to spend so much of their time inside classrooms, and the summer break provides a perfect opportunity to get outside. The problem with this argument is that most children aren't playing outside or even spending time with other kids. While some children visit summer camps, most stay at home watching TV or playing games on electronic devices, which hardly benefits them. The US has changed from a farming economy to a knowledge and innovation-based economy, so it makes sense for the school year to change as well. Now, I'm going to ask you some questions about today's topic to test your understanding. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. Why did America's traditional school year have a 3-month summer vacation? 2. What benefit will year-round schooling bring students in addition to improving their learning? 3. What do some childhood development experts believe about the long summer vacation? 4. What is the argument against the experts' idea of a long summer vacation? 5. What does the author think of the traditional school year in the US today? Please leave your comments and share your thoughts. I'll see you next time.
Hello everyone, welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. You can use this video to practice your listening and comprehension as I speak. So, today, I'm going to talk about procrastination. I imagine that this is a relevant topic for a lot of you because many people have a tendency to procrastinate. So, what is procrastination? Well, this refers to the action of delaying your work until a later time. For example, let's pretend that you have a task that you're expected to complete by Friday. Procrastinating on this task might mean that you start working on it on Thursday. You postpone or put off this work until a later time instead of doing it earlier. This habit is widespread. People procrastinate at school, at work, and in their personal life. And for the most part, procrastination isn't necessarily a good thing. Let's talk about some of the ways that procrastination can creep into our lives, and we'll talk about how we can kick this habit. All right. First, let's talk about procrastination when it comes to school. In my experience, I find that the vast majority of students put off their assignments, projects, and preparation until the last minute. For example, when a teacher would assign an essay that was due the following week, my classmates wouldn't even begin until the night before. They would pull an all-nighter, as we say in English, and try to do it all in one go. In this area, I can honestly say that I never procrastinated, but I was practically the only one. When I was given an essay to write, I would split the work up evenly and write a little bit each day. Let's say I had 7 days to write an essay, and the essay was supposed to be 10 pages long. what I would do is divide 7 by 10, which is 0.7, and I would use that as the metric to know how much I needed to write each day. I'd write 0.7 pages each day, and then, by the 10th day, I'd have my essay finished. Instead of cramming all my work into one day, I'd space it out in a way that felt much more manageable. I never stressed out about having to do a ton of writing on the last day. This is one technique that you can employ in your own studies. Try to do an equal amount of work each day, and then you won't have to work against the clock to try to get your whole assignment or studying done in one night. Now, let's talk about procrastination when it comes to work. There's a common tendency to put off undesirable tasks until later. While in the moment that might seem okay, later on, you often end up regretting that decision. For me personally, when I put off an important task until later, I often dwell on the fact that I haven't finished it yet, and I dread having to do it at a later time. In other words, I don't even get to enjoy the time that I spent not doing the task because I'm thinking about the fact that I still have to do it later. I'm sure some of you have experienced this as well. In my opinion, the best way to avoid procrastinating in this way is to do your most important or difficult task first thing in the morning. This is an important concept that can really change your life. Suffer now so you can enjoy yourself later. It takes a lot of discipline and willpower to commit yourself to doing the hardest task first. But after you finish it, the rest of the day is smooth sailing. All right, lastly, let's talk about procrastination in your personal life. Maybe you have some goals you want to achieve or things you want to do in life, but you never actually get around to doing them. Well, one thing you can do to change this is to be more specific with your goals. For example, instead of having the goal to get good at English as soon as possible, make your goal measurable. How about be able to hold a conversation with a native English speaker by the end of the year? This goal is actually something you can visualize, measure, and accomplish. Don't be vague with your goals. In this way, you can actually plan and take steps towards this concrete objective. Okay, now I'm going to ask you 3 questions about today's video. Write your answers and a comment down below. 1. What is procrastination? 2. What's one way to avoid procrastinating at work? 3. How can you improve your personal goals? Okay, that's all for today. I'll see you next time.
Hello, everyone. Today's B1 English listening practice is about self-driving tours, a popular way to travel in China. As more people enjoy a higher standard of living, many have joined the growing trend of self-driving tours. In these tours, travelers can drive their own cars or rent vehicles to explore new places. The driver could be the car owner or someone else in the group. Self-driving tours are different from traditional group tours. They offer more flexibility and allow travelers to create their own itineraries. This makes it easier for people to enjoy the journey and explore places at their own pace. Self-driving tours are especially popular among young people in China. Young travelers often seek independence and freedom, and self-driving tours meet these needs perfectly. One of the main benefits of self-driving tours is the ability to personalize your trip. You can choose where to go, how long to stay, and what to see along the way. This level of freedom is very appealing, especially for those who want to experience travel on their own terms. Another great advantage is the comfort and convenience of having your own vehicle. You don't have to worry about strict schedules or the hassle of catching public transportation. You can pack as much as you want, stop for breaks whenever you need, and even take detours to visit unexpected places. This flexibility allows you to make the most of your travel experience. Self-driving tours also provide an opportunity to connect with nature. Whether you're driving through the countryside, along the coast, or in the mountains, you can stop and enjoy the natural beauty of your surroundings. This connection with nature is something that many travelers find refreshing and fulfilling. In addition, self-driving tours can be more economical, especially if you are traveling with a group. Splitting the cost of fuel, tolls, and accommodation with friends or family can make the trip more affordable compared to other forms of travel. In recent years, China has seen an increase in the number of people choosing self-driving tours. The country's vast landscapes, from scenic mountains to coastal roads, provide the perfect backdrop for such adventures. With well-developed highways and roads, it's easier than ever to plan a self-driving tour in China. Whether you are traveling with family, friends, or even on your own, self-driving tours offer a unique way to experience the beauty and diversity of China. So next time you plan a trip, consider hitting the road for a self-driving adventure. Thank you for joining today's session. I hope this discussion has given you a better understanding of self-driving tours in China. Keep practicing, keep setting goals, and keep improving your English. See you in the next lesson.
Hello everyone and welcome to today's B1 level English listening practice. Today we're going to talk about psychological resilience. This means how well someone can deal with stress, challenges, and difficult emotions in life. What is psychological resilience? Psychological resilience is the ability to handle and adapt to stress and challenges. People with strong psychological resilience can stay calm and bounce back quickly when something goes wrong. On the other hand, people with weaker resilience might feel overwhelmed and struggle to cope with difficult situations. What affects psychological resilience? There are a few things that can influence how resilient a person is. First, the environment you grow up in plays a big role. If you have faced a lot of challenges in life, like losing a loved one or dealing with a difficult situation, it can either make you more resilient or make you more sensitive to stress. Your past experiences also affect your resilience. For example, if you have had a lot of setbacks in the past, you might feel less confident in dealing with new challenges. On the other hand, if everything in your life has gone smoothly, you might not know how to handle problems when they come up because you haven't had much practice. Your personality also matters. Some people are more likely to see problems as a big deal, especially if they have a strong desire to be perfect, or if they care a lot about what others think of them. This can make them less resilient, because they find it harder to stay calm when things don't go as planned. People with strong psychological resilience tend to stay calm under pressure. They don't get too upset when things go wrong, and they can recover quickly from setbacks. They think logically about problems and try to learn from them. They also have a positive attitude, which helps them see the good in difficult situations. On the other hand, people with weak resilience might panic easily when faced with stress. They might have a hard time recovering from setbacks and can stay upset for a long time. Their emotions might take over, making it hard to think clearly. They might also doubt themselves and feel like they aren't good enough when things get tough. Psychological resilience is important because it helps us handle life's challenges better. If we have strong resilience, we can stay calm and think clearly, even when things go wrong. But if our resilience is weak, even small problems can feel overwhelming. By working on our resilience, we can improve how we deal with stress and challenges in life. Now I'm going to ask you 2 questions about today's video. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. What is psychological resilience? 2. How do people with strong psychological resilience react to stress? That's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English, and I'll see you next time.
Hello everyone, and welcome to today's English listening practice video. This session is designed for those of you at the B1 level of English learning. Today, I want to talk about shopping. Shopping is an activity that most of us do regularly, whether it's for groceries, clothes, or other items we need or want. It is not just a necessity, but also a way to relax and enjoy ourselves. There are many different types of shopping, each serving a specific purpose in our daily lives. Grocery shopping, for example, is something we need to do to buy food and household items. Many people go to supermarkets or local markets once or twice a week to stock up on essentials. It's important to make a shopping list to ensure we don't forget anything we need, especially when managing a household. Clothes shopping is another common type of shopping that many people enjoy. Whether we're buying new clothes, shoes, or accessories, shopping for clothes can be fun and exciting, especially when there are sales or special offers. For some, it's more than just purchasing what they need. It's also a way to express personal style and keep up with the latest fashion trends. Some people enjoy going to shopping malls, where they can browse through different stores, try on clothes, and find the best deals. In recent years, online shopping has become incredibly popular. With just a few clicks, we can buy almost anything we need from the comfort of our homes. Online shopping is convenient because it saves time and often provides a wider variety of products than physical stores. For example, you can shop for items from different countries without ever leaving your house. It's also easy to compare prices across different websites to find the best deals. However, it is important to be careful and buy from trustworthy websites to avoid scams and ensure the quality of the products. One of the biggest advantages of online shopping is that it's available 24/7. You don't have to wait for a store to open. You can shop whenever it's convenient for you, whether it's early in the morning or late at night. This is especially helpful for people with busy schedules or those who live far from shopping centers. Additionally, online shopping often allows you to read reviews from other customers, which can help you make more informed purchasing decisions. Shopping malls are also popular places to shop. They offer a wide range of stores, restaurants, and entertainment options all in one place. People often go to shopping malls not only to buy things, but also to spend time with family and friends, watch movies, and eat out. Shopping malls are often designed to be more than just shopping destinations. They are also places where people can socialize, relax, and enjoy their free time. Many shopping malls have a variety of activities for visitors, such as play areas for children, arcades, and even indoor amusement parks. This makes shopping more enjoyable, especially for families with kids. Some malls also host events like fashion shows, live music, or seasonal celebrations, making them lively places to visit. While shopping can be enjoyable, it's important to shop wisely. It's easy to spend more money than we planned, especially when there are attractive discounts and promotions. Marketers are skilled at creating offers that are hard to resist, such as buy one, get one free, or limited time discounts. These offers can make us feel like we're getting a great deal, but it's important to consider whether we really need the items before making a purchase. Another aspect of shopping that many people experience is retail therapy, where shopping is used as a way to feel better when we're stressed, sad, or bored. While buying something new can give us a temporary boost in mood, it's important to be aware of our spending habits and not rely on shopping as the only way to cope with negative emotions. Making a budget and sticking to it can help us avoid overspending. Before going shopping, it's a good idea to decide how much you're willing to spend and then only take that amount with you. This can help you avoid impulse buys and keep your finances under control. Also, when you see something you want to buy, take a moment to think about whether you really need it or if it's just an impulse. In conclusion, shopping is a part of our daily lives that can be both practical and enjoyable. By shopping wisely, making informed decisions, and being aware of our spending habits, we can make our shopping experiences more meaningful and beneficial. Now, I'm going to ask you 2 questions about today's video. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. What are some benefits of online shopping mentioned in the video? 2. How can creating a budget help you shop more wisely? That's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English and I'll see you next time.
Hello everyone and welcome to today's B1 English Learning article. Today we are going to talk about typhoons. Typhoons are powerful tropical storms that can cause a lot of damage, especially in coastal areas. Let's explore what typhoons are, their impacts, and how we can stay safe when they happen. A typhoon is a powerful tropical storm that forms over warm ocean waters. It brings strong winds, heavy rain, and big waves. Typhoons mainly occur in the Pacific Ocean and often affect countries like China, Japan, and the Philippines. Typhoons are very similar to hurricanes, but the main difference is where they form. While hurricanes occur in the Atlantic Ocean, typhoons are specific to the Pacific region. Typhoons tend to follow certain paths, and many factors can affect their movement. One key factor is the Earth's rotation, which helps guide the direction the typhoon moves. Typhoons usually move west and then turn north as they get closer to land. Wind patterns in the atmosphere also play a role, as high and low pressure systems can change the direction of a typhoon, making it hard to predict exactly where it will go. Sea temperatures can also impact a typhoon's strength. Warm ocean waters can make the storm stronger, while cooler waters may weaken it. When a typhoon hits land, it can cause serious damage. The strong winds can blow down trees and power lines, while heavy rain can lead to flooding. In some cases, typhoons cause landslides, where the wet soil becomes too heavy and slides down hills, damaging houses and roads. Transportation often gets interrupted, and people may lose their homes or businesses due to the storm. The biggest dangers of typhoons include flooding, strong winds, and landslides. Flooding can happen quickly and cause roads to become blocked or houses to be submerged in water. High winds can be powerful enough to blow away cars, roofs, and even buildings. These storms can also cut off electricity and water supplies, making it hard for people to live normally. It's important to be prepared before a typhoon arrives. First, stay informed by watching weather forecasts and warnings. People should secure their homes by closing windows and making sure they have enough food and water in case they can't leave the house. It's also important to have an emergency kit ready, with items like flashlights, batteries, and first aid supplies. If the storm becomes too dangerous, people should follow evacuation plans and move to a safe location. In conclusion, typhoons are powerful storms that can cause a lot of damage. However, by understanding what they are, how they move, and how to prepare for them, we can reduce the risks and stay safe during the storm. Now I'm going to ask you 2 questions about today's article. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. What are some dangers that typhoons can cause? 2. How can people prepare for a typhoon before it hits? That's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English, and I'll see you next time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's B1 English listening practice video. Today, we are going to talk about the Mid-Autumn Festival, one of the most important traditional holidays in China. As President Xi Jinping has said, reunion brings the greatest joy, togetherness brings the greatest happiness, and unity brings the greatest strength. This captures the spirit of the Mid-Autumn Festival, which emphasizes family bonds, happiness, and the importance of being together. The Mid-Autumn Festival is more than just a time to enjoy the full moon and eat mooncakes. It holds deep cultural and emotional meaning for the Chinese people. As the saying goes, when every family is doing well, the country and nation will be strong. This holiday represents the hope for family reunions, harmony, and happiness. It is a special time when people not only wish for their own families to be well, but also for the peace and strength of the entire nation. The Mid-Autumn Festival is celebrated on the 15th day of the 8th month in the Chinese lunar calendar. On this day, families come together to celebrate by enjoying delicious meals and mooncakes. But this holiday is about more than just food. It's a time for creating happy memories, sharing laughter, and enjoying time with loved ones. People often engage in activities such as watching lantern displays, drinking sweet osmanthus wine, or simply enjoying the beauty of the full moon. In addition to family gatherings, many people take this time to express their gratitude and good wishes to friends and neighbors. It's a season for spreading warmth and joy, where even those who are far from home can feel connected by looking up at the same full moon. For many, the moon represents not only reunion, but also hope, as they wish for health, happiness, and success for their families and friends. For hundreds of years, the traditions of the Mid-Autumn Festival have continued to grow. From its origins as a celebration of the harvest, the festival has become a symbol of togetherness and joy. Families share mooncakes, which come in a variety of sweet and savory flavors like lotus seed paste, egg yolk, or nuts. Each mooncake carries the wishes for happiness and unity. The full moon in the sky represents reunion and harmony. Wherever you are, looking up at the same moon brings us all closer together. Whether you are with family or apart, the moon serves as a reminder of the strong bonds that connect us all. So, as we celebrate this year's Mid-Autumn Festival, let's take a moment to appreciate our loved ones and the joy of being together. I wish all of you a wonderful Mid-Autumn Festival filled with love, happiness, and warm memories. Happy Mid-Autumn Festival, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to discuss the significant events of September 18th, a day that changed the course of Chinese history. Remembering September 18th. On the morning of September 18th, in Shenyang, people from all walks of life gathered to remember a tragic day in Chinese history. This day, known as the September 18th incident, happened 93 years ago in 1931. It marked the start of Japan's invasion of China, which led to many years of suffering for the Chinese people. In front of the September 18th Historical Museum in Shenyang, there stands a large stone monument called the Broken Calendar Monument. This monument is shaped like a calendar, and the date is frozen on September 18th, 1931. Bullet marks cover the monument, symbolizing the pain and destruction caused by war. On that day, the Japanese army blew up a railway near Shenyang and falsely accused the Chinese army of the attack. This event was used as an excuse to invade the city. Because the Chinese nationalist government ordered the army not to resist, the Japanese quickly captured Shenyang. Every year since 1995, on September 18th, the city of Shenyang sounds an air raid siren for 3 minutes. This is a reminder for all Chinese people to never forget this painful history. It is also a call to stay vigilant and protect the nation. During the ceremony, 14 representatives from the community rang a large bell 14 times. This is to remember the 14 years of struggle during the War of Resistance against Japan. In those years, millions of Chinese soldiers and civilians lost their lives to protect their homeland. A student from Liaoning province said, "We will never forget this part of our history. We must study hard and carry forward the spirit of those who fought for our country." The September 18th incident reminds people that peace should never be taken for granted. It teaches us that only through development and unity can a nation grow strong. Now, I'm going to ask you 2 questions about today's article. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. Why does Shenyang sound the air raid siren every year on September 18th? 2. Why is it important to remember the events of September 18th, 1931? Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English and I'll see you next time.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's English listening practice video. In this session, we are going to talk about one of the most popular sports in the world, soccer, or as some of you might call it, football. Soccer is enjoyed by millions of people around the globe, whether they're playing it or just watching their favorite teams compete. Soccer is a team sport that is played with 2 teams of 11 players each. The main goal of the game is to score by getting the ball into the opposing team's goal. Players use their feet to kick the ball, but they can also use other parts of their body, like their chest or head. However, only the goalkeeper, the player who defends the goal, is allowed to use their hands. Soccer is played on a rectangular field with goals at each end. The game lasts for 90 minutes, divided into 2 halves of 45 minutes each. If the match ends in a draw, sometimes extra time or even a penalty shootout is used to decide the winner, especially in important competitions like the World Cup. Soccer is popular for many reasons. One reason is that it's easy to play. You don't need expensive equipment, just a ball and some space to play. It's also a sport that can be played by people of all ages. Whether it's a group of friends playing for fun in a park or professional teams playing in front of thousands of fans, soccer brings people together.
Another reason soccer is so popular is that it's played all over the world. Some of the best players come from countries like Brazil, Argentina, France, and Spain. Players like Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Kylian Mbappé are famous not only for their incredible skills, but also for inspiring young people to follow their dreams. Soccer isn't just a game. It also teaches important values, such as teamwork, discipline, and respect. Players must work together to win the game, and they need to respect their opponents and the referees. These values are important not only in soccer, but also in everyday life. Finally, soccer brings excitement and joy to millions of fans around the world. Whether they are cheering for their favorite club or supporting their national team during a big tournament, soccer fans are passionate about the sport. Major events like the FIFA World Cup or the UEFA Champions League capture the attention of people everywhere as they watch their favorite teams compete for glory. Soccer is much more than just a sport. It's a way for people to connect, compete, and enjoy themselves. Whether you're a player or a fan, soccer has something for everyone, and it will continue to be a beloved sport for many generations to come. Now, I'm going to ask you 2 questions about today's video. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. Why is soccer considered easy to play for many people? 2. What are some of the major international soccer tournaments mentioned in the article? That's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English and I'll see you next time. Hello everyone, welcome to today's B1 English listening practice video. Today we are going to talk about an important change in China's retirement policy. Starting from January 1st, 2025, China will gradually delay the legal retirement age. This reform will take 15 years to complete. For example, men who used to retire at 60 will have their retirement age extended to 63. Female workers who could retire at 55 will see their retirement age pushed to 58. Some female workers who used to retire at 50 will also retire later, with their retirement age gradually increased to 55. This reform is necessary for several reasons. First, people in China are living longer. In the past, the average life expectancy was around 40 years, but now it has risen to 78.6 years. The number of elderly people is also growing. By 2023, more than 21% of China's population is aged 60 or older. By 2035, it is expected that over 30% of the population will be elderly. At the same time, the number of working-age people is decreasing. Each year, the working population decreases by more than 3 million people. However, the good news is that workers today are more educated than before. In 1982, workers had an average of 8 years of education. By 2023, this number has increased to 11.1 years. As a result, many workers can stay in the workforce for longer. This is one of the important reasons behind the retirement age reform. Through delaying the legal retirement age and introducing flexible retirement policies, the country hopes to make better use of human resources, face the challenges of an aging society, and ensure the sustainability of the pension system. The retirement reform is designed to be flexible. Workers will not be forced to retire at the new retirement age. If they meet certain conditions, they can choose to retire earlier or later than the standard age. For example, some people may retire up to 3 years earlier, while others may choose to continue working for 3 more years after reaching the legal retirement age. In addition to delaying the retirement age, the government is also changing the rules for receiving pensions. Until 2029, workers will need to contribute to their pension for at least 15 years to receive monthly payments. After 2030, this minimum contribution period will increase by 6 months each year until it reaches 20 years. This retirement reform is not just about age. It also aims to make the most of China's human resources. By allowing older workers to stay in the workforce longer, the country can continue to benefit from their skills and experience. It also ensures that the pension system remains sustainable in the long term. Now,
I'm going to ask you 2 questions about today's video. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. How is China's retirement age changing from 2025? 2. Why is the retirement age being delayed in China? That's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English, and I'll see you next time.
Hello everyone, welcome to today's B1 English listening practice video. Today we are going to talk about the Beijing Central Axis. The Beijing Central Axis is a historical and cultural landmark located in the center of Beijing, China. Recently, it was added to the UNESCO World Heritage List, making it one of China's 59 World Heritage Sites. This news has been exciting, but many people were not surprised. For years, people believed that this famous axis would receive this honor. The Central Axis is a long, straight line of important buildings that stretches 7.8 kilometers from the north to the south of the city. Some of the most famous places on the axis include the Bell and Drum Towers, the Forbidden City, Tiananmen Square, and the Temple of Heaven. The axis was built over 700 years ago and reflects China's ancient city planning ideas. Over time, the Beijing Central Axis has become more connected to the daily lives of people in Beijing. While it was originally built to show the power of the emperors, today it represents the balance between old traditions and modern life. Tourists enjoy walking along the axis, learning about the city's rich history and experiencing the culture. Protecting this cultural site is crucial because it preserves the rich history and cultural significance for future generations. It enables people to connect with their heritage and gain a deeper understanding of the traditions and values that have shaped their society. Furthermore, safeguarding these sites fosters cultural diversity and ensures that important historical memories are kept alive. The addition of modern buildings near the axis has also been debated. Some believe that the new buildings should be removed to protect the traditional look of the area. Others think the modern buildings are now part of the city's history and should stay. In the end, a plan was made to carefully protect the axis without disturbing the lives of people who live nearby. Since its inclusion as a World Heritage Site, the Beijing Central Axis has become a popular destination for tourists. More and more people are visiting the area to enjoy its cultural attractions. Along the axis, visitors can find traditional shops, local restaurants, and historical sites, which provide a full cultural experience of the city. The protection and preservation of the Beijing Central Axis not only help to maintain its historical value, but also give the local community a sense of pride and connection to their city. As more people visit and learn about this unique site, it continues to be a bright light of China's rich culture and history, shining into the future. Now, I'm going to ask you 2 questions about today's article. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. What are some of the famous places along the Beijing Central Axis? 2. Why is it important to protect the Beijing Central Axis for future generations? Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English and I'll see you next time.
Hello everyone. Welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. Today we are going to talk about self-discipline. Self-discipline is an essential trait that plays a significant role in the pursuit of success in various aspects of life. It refers to the ability to regulate one's behavior, resist temptations, and maintain focus on long-term objectives, even in the face of obstacles or distractions. Without self-discipline, it becomes easy to abandon goals when challenges arise, which is a common reason why many fail to achieve their aspirations. One fundamental step towards cultivating self-discipline is establishing clear and achievable goals. Defining specific outcomes helps individuals stay focused and motivated, as having a clear target makes it easier to prioritize tasks and resist distractions. For instance, if your aim is to improve your physical fitness, Setting a goal like completing a 10K race or reducing body fat can help you remain committed, even when external pressures or fatigue threaten to derail your progress. Another crucial aspect of self-discipline is the creation of structured routines. A well-organized daily routine reduces the mental energy required to decide what to do next, allowing your actions to become habitual. If you aim to enhance your academic performance, for example, dedicating a specific time slot each day to studying can help establish a habit that becomes a natural part of your routine, thus minimizing procrastination. Time management is also closely linked to self-discipline, as effective use of time ensures that important tasks are completed promptly. Learning to prioritize activities, based on their importance and urgency, is key. A common technique for improving time management is creating a daily to-do list, where tasks are arranged in order of significance. This method can help you focus on high-priority activities and avoid wasting time on less meaningful pursuits. Of course, self-discipline isn't just about work or achieving goals. It's also about making healthy choices in your everyday life. These choices may involve resisting the temptation to indulge in unhealthy food, establishing a regular exercise routine, or ensuring sufficient sleep each night. Small, consistent acts of self-discipline in these areas can lead to significant improvements in physical and mental health over time. One challenge with self-discipline is staying motivated over the long term. It's easy to start strong, but lose momentum as time goes on. That's why it's important to reward yourself for your progress. Celebrate the small victories along the way, whether it's treating yourself to something you enjoy, or simply acknowledging how far you've come. Finally, remember that self-discipline is a skill that can be developed over time. It's not something that comes naturally to everyone, and it's okay to struggle with it sometimes. The important thing is to keep trying, learn from your mistakes, and stay committed to your goals. So, whether you are working on a personal project, trying to build better habits, or aiming for a big goal, remember that self-discipline is key to your success. With practice and persistence, you can develop the self-discipline you need to achieve your dreams. Now, I'm going to ask you 2 questions about today's article. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. What is one strategy mentioned to help maintain self-discipline over time? 2. How does time management relate to self-discipline? Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English, and I'll see you next time. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. Today, we are going to talk about the importance of a sense of security. In life, the feeling of being chosen and supported by others brings a sense of security. This is essential for personal growth and well-being. The sense of security not only gives us emotional stability, but also helps us become more confident and motivated in different areas of life. This article will explore how the sense of security affects our lives and why it is so important. First and foremost, security provides us with confidence. When we feel secure, we are more likely to take risks and face challenges without fear. This confidence comes from knowing that, no matter what happens, someone is there to support us. For example, many people gain strength from their family's unconditional love and support. This support allows them to move forward in life with courage and determination. Similarly, a friend or partner who provides emotional security can make us feel more at ease and able to deal with difficulties. Moreover, a sense of security promotes mental well-being. When we feel safe and secure, we are less likely to experience anxiety or stress. In contrast, the absence of security often leads to feelings of fear and uncertainty. Many people find that having someone who believes in them, whether it's a family member, friend, or colleague, significantly improves their mental health. It's this feeling of being steadily chosen by someone that makes us feel loved and valued, reducing stress and increasing overall happiness. Another crucial aspect of security is that it helps us develop strong relationships. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, and security is built upon that trust. When both parties in a relationship are confident in each other's support and loyalty, they are more likely to overcome challenges together. For instance, in friendships or romantic relationships, being able to rely on someone during both good and bad times strengthens the bond between individuals. It's the sense of security that allows people to be vulnerable and open up, which is vital for deep and meaningful connections. However, it's also essential to remember that not everyone will always have someone to provide them with a sense of security. In such cases, we must learn to offer security to ourselves. Self-reliance and self-love are equally important for personal growth. Self-confidence and belief in one's own worth can create an internal sense of security, which is crucial for maintaining mental health and happiness, even when external support is lacking. In conclusion, a sense of security plays a significant role in our lives. It gives us confidence, reduces stress, and helps us form lasting relationships. Whether it comes from others or from within, security is a key component of a healthy and fulfilling life. Therefore, we should cherish those who offer us this feeling and, at the same time, learn to provide it for ourselves. Now, I'm going to ask you 2 questions about today's article. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. How does a sense of security influence relationships? 2. Why is it important to develop your own sense of security? Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English, and I'll see you next time.
Hello everyone, welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. Today we are going to talk about binge watching. Binge watching, the act of watching multiple episodes of a TV show in one sitting, has become increasingly popular with the rise of streaming services like Youku and Tencent Video. According to the Oxford Languages Dictionary, binge watching is defined as watching several episodes in rapid succession, often without taking breaks. While it can be an enjoyable way to relax and immerse oneself in a series, there are both advantages and disadvantages to this practice. On the one hand, binge watching can help us unwind and de-stress after a long day of work or school. When we come home tired, often the only thing we want to do is relax and escape from reality for a few hours. Watching our favourite series provides that sense of relief because dopamine, the feel-good chemical in the brain, is released when we engage in activities we enjoy, like watching TV. Moreover, as we watch characters on screen, we begin to form emotional connections with them. These characters can start to feel like friends, and as we become more invested in their stories, we often don't want to stop watching. Another benefit of binge watching is that it makes following complicated storylines easier. Many shows have intricate plots or numerous characters, and watching several episodes in one go helps keep track of what's happening. Waiting days or even weeks between episodes can lead to forgetting key details, which can reduce enjoyment. Additionally, many people rush to finish a series to avoid spoilers, especially with social media constantly revealing endings or key moments. However, on the other hand, binge watching can also have negative effects. For starters, sitting for hours in front of a screen can be harmful to our physical health. It contributes to a sedentary lifestyle, which may lead to problems such as back pain, eye strain, and a higher risk of heart disease. Furthermore, it often disrupts sleep patterns. Many people watch late into the night, which can disturb their natural sleep cycles, leading to fatigue and decreased focus during the day. Moreover, binge watching can feel like a waste of time when consumed excessively. Watching 5 or more episodes in one sitting may feel productive at the moment, but afterwards it may lead to feelings of guilt or regret. Streaming platforms like Tencent Video encourage this behaviour by automatically starting the next episode after just a few seconds. Combined with cliffhangers, dramatic endings that leave viewers in suspense, it becomes even harder to stop watching. This cycle can make people feel like they've lost control over their viewing habits. In conclusion, binge watching has both positive and negative aspects. It can be a great way to relax and enjoy a favourite series, but it can also have harmful effects if done in excess. The key is moderation. It's perfectly fine to binge watch a series on a rainy day when you're feeling unwell, or if you simply have nothing else to do. However, it's important not to let it take over your life. So, what do you think? Is binge watching bad for you, or is it just a harmless way to spend your free time? Now, I'm going to ask you 2 questions about today's article. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. What are some benefits of binge watching? 2. What are some negative effects of binge watching? Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English, and I'll see you next time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. Today, we are going to talk about Guangdong, one of the most dynamic provinces in China. Guangdong is located in the southern part of the country, and it's famous for its economic development, cultural diversity, and beautiful landscapes. But one of the highlights of Guangdong is its delicious cuisine. So, let's explore what makes Guangdong such a fascinating place. First of all, Guangdong is an economic powerhouse. It has long been a center for trade and manufacturing, thanks to its strategic location along the coast. Major cities, like Guangzhou and Shenzhen, are known for their rapid economic growth. They have become important hubs for both international trade and technology. Many global companies have set up offices or factories here, which contributes to Guangdong's strong economy. When it comes to food, Cantonese cuisine, which originates from Guangdong, is world famous. It's known for its fresh ingredients, delicate flavors, and various cooking techniques. One of the most popular dishes is dim sum, which includes a variety of small dishes such as shrimp dumplings, barbecue pork buns, and rice rolls. Dim sum is often enjoyed with tea and is a key part of Guangdong's culinary culture. Another well-known Cantonese dish is white-cut chicken. This is a simple yet flavorful dish made by boiling chicken and then slicing it. The meat is tender and juicy, and it's often served with a ginger and scallion dipping sauce. In addition, Guangdong is also famous for its seafood dishes. Fresh fish, shrimp, and crabs are commonly served, usually steamed, to preserve the natural flavors of the seafood. Cantonese people also have a unique love for soup. Slow-cooked soups are a major part of daily meals in Guangdong. These soups are often made with ingredients like pork, chicken, and various herbs, cooked over low heat for several hours. This method is believed to bring out the nutritional benefits and enhance the flavors. Moreover, Guangdong offers stunning natural scenery. From its green mountains to its beautiful coastline, the province is full of picturesque landscapes. One of the most famous tourist attractions is Yueshu Park in Guangzhou. It features historical sites, lakes, and lush greenery. For those who enjoy nature, Guangdong is an ideal place to visit. Finally, Guangdong is known for its open and innovative spirit. The province has always been at the forefront of China's reform and opening up policies. Cities like Shenzhen have become symbols of innovation and creativity, attracting entrepreneurs and tech talents from all over the world. In conclusion, Guangdong is a province that combines economic strength, cultural diversity, amazing food, natural beauty, and innovation. It's not only a great place to do business, but also a wonderful place to experience the rich culture and scenic beauty of China. Now, I'm going to ask you 2 questions about today's article. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. What is one of the most famous types of cuisine from Guangdong? 2. Which city in Guangdong is known for its rapid economic growth? Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English, and I'll see you next time. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. Today, we are going to talk about how to improve interpersonal skills, which are essential for success, both in personal life and at work. Good interpersonal skills allow us to communicate effectively, build strong relationships, and work well with others. So, how can we improve these important skills? First, One of the key factors is active listening. Active listening involves giving your full attention to the speaker, without interrupting, or thinking about what you will say next. By doing so, we can better understand others, which leads to more meaningful conversations and connections. Active listening shows respect and helps in avoiding misunderstandings. Second, it is important to express yourself clearly. Whether speaking or writing, clear communication ensures that your message is understood by others. Using simple, precise language can help prevent confusion. Being organized in your thoughts and choosing your words carefully will make communication more effective. Third, empathy is a crucial part of improving interpersonal skills. Empathy allows us to understand the feelings and perspectives of others. By being empathetic, we can respond in a way that strengthens our relationships and builds trust. Empathy helps us connect with people on a deeper level and promotes positive interactions. Finally, developing interpersonal skills takes practice. It is not something that can be mastered overnight. Regular interactions with different people help us become more confident and skilled in communication. With continuous practice, these skills will naturally improve over time. In conclusion, improving interpersonal skills requires active listening, clear expression, empathy, and practice. Moreover, they play a vital role in our daily interactions, whether we are negotiating, collaborating, or simply having a conversation with a friend. Strong interpersonal skills can reduce conflicts, increase understanding, and create a more harmonious environment around us. By working on these aspects, we can enhance our relationships and achieve greater success in life. Now, I'm going to ask you 2 questions about today's article. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. Why is active listening important in communication? 2. How does empathy contribute to improving interpersonal relationships? Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English, and I'll see you next time.
Hello everyone, and welcome to today's B1 English listening practice video. Today, we are going to talk about emotional value, an important concept in human relationships. When we think of value, we often imagine something material like money or possessions, but emotional value is different. It refers to the positive feelings and support that someone provides, which makes them important to us. For example, when a friend listens to your problems, encourages you, or simply makes you feel happy, they are providing emotional value. In recent years, emotional value has become an important topic in both personal and professional life. People have realized that while physical things are important, emotional support can have a greater impact on well-being. In the workplace, for instance, colleagues who provide emotional value by offering encouragement or showing understanding can make a big difference in a person's motivation and job satisfaction. There's an interesting example from China where a group of university students in Taiwan started offering a unique service called Taishan Climbing Companions. Due to the physical difficulty of climbing Mount Tai, these students help people who might struggle with the challenge. Chen, a student, has built a network of over 40 students who offer companionship and support during the climb. They even offer services like photography and sharing local knowledge about the mountain. This is a great example of how emotional value can enhance an experience by providing encouragement and support. In our personal lives, emotional value can be the key to strong relationships. Whether it's with family, friends, or romantic partners, emotional value can build trust, loyalty, and love. People who feel emotionally valued tend to be happier and more confident. They are also more likely to maintain positive relationships over the long term. Moreover, emotional value plays a significant role in mental health. Feeling emotionally supported can reduce stress, anxiety, and even loneliness. It is not only about receiving support, but also about giving it. When you offer emotional value to others, you strengthen your relationships and create a sense of belonging. That's why investing in emotional value is essential for a balanced and fulfilling life. Now, I'm going to ask you 2 questions about today's article. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. What are some examples of emotional value in personal relationships? 2. How can providing emotional value improve someone's mental health? Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English and I'll see you next time. Hello everyone, welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. Today, we are going to talk about an English CET4 writing sample that discusses time management and how it affects success in life. In today's fast-paced world, effective time management is an essential skill that can significantly impact both personal and professional success. People who manage their time well tend to be more productive, less stressed, and achieve their goals more efficiently. On the other hand, poor time management often leads to stress, missed opportunities, and unaccomplished tasks. Firstly, good time management allows people to set clear priorities. With limited time and resources, individuals must identify what is most important and allocate their time accordingly. By focusing on high-priority tasks, they can ensure that essential goals are met, while avoiding distractions that may hinder progress. For instance, students who plan their study schedules effectively are more likely to perform well in exams because they dedicate enough time to reviewing key subjects without cramming at the last minute. Secondly, time management helps reduce stress. Many people experience anxiety and tension when they feel overwhelmed by too many tasks and not enough time to complete them. However, when they organize their time well, they can break large tasks into smaller, manageable steps. This approach not only makes the workload seem less daunting, but also allows individuals to complete tasks in a more relaxed and controlled manner. For example, professionals who plan their workdays and meet deadlines regularly are less likely to feel pressured by tight schedules. Thirdly, effective time management increases productivity and efficiency. Those who make the most of their time often achieve more in a shorter period. They develop habits like avoiding procrastination, staying focused on tasks, and eliminating time-wasting activities. By doing so, they accomplish their goals faster and with higher quality results. For instance, successful business leaders often emphasize the importance of managing their time wisely to meet their goals and grow their companies. In conclusion, time management is a critical skill that helps people set priorities, reduce stress, and boost productivity. By managing time effectively, individuals can lead more balanced lives and achieve greater success in various aspects of life. Now, I'm going to ask you 2 questions about today's article. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. Why is it important to set clear priorities when managing your time? 2. How can time management help reduce stress? Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English and I'll see you next time.
Hello everyone. In today's lesson, we'll discuss an important issue: why the wealthy continue to accumulate more wealth, while many people find it hard to improve their financial situation. Over the last few decades, the gap between the rich and everyone else has steadily grown, becoming a serious global concern. Let's consider a few prominent examples. Some of the wealthiest individuals, like successful entrepreneurs in technology and industry, have seen their fortunes increase dramatically in recent years. For instance, in 2020 alone, the combined wealth of several top billionaires surged by billions of dollars. This sharp rise in wealth contrasts sharply with the financial struggles faced by many others. However, income inequality is not a recent issue. From the 1970s onwards, the middle class has seen a shrinking share of total income, while the wealthiest individuals have benefited from consistent growth. This trend isn't just confined to the United States, it's happening globally. In various countries, there is a widening financial gap between the rich and those on lower incomes. While the rich continue to accumulate vast amounts of wealth, many people still struggle to make ends meet with limited resources. So why does this happen? Several factors contribute to this growing inequality. 1. Broader vision. Wealthy individuals often focus on long-term goals and larger-scale projects, giving them the ability to create solutions for big problems. They have the resources to think beyond daily survival, unlike many others who have to focus on meeting their immediate needs. 2. Diversified income streams. Most wealthy people don't rely on a single source of income. They invest in different areas, such as real estate, stocks, or businesses, ensuring that they have multiple income streams to support them through financial ups and downs. 3. Readiness for opportunities. Having money readily available allows the wealthy to take advantage of lucrative opportunities as soon as they arise. When an investment chance presents itself, they can immediately act, while others may miss out because they lack the funds. 4. Financial knowledge. Wealthy individuals tend to have more understanding of how money works. They know how to manage their finances, invest wisely, and make informed decisions to grow their wealth. 5. Supportive networks. Many wealthy people associate with others who are similarly successful. They exchange ideas, collaborate on projects, and introduce each other to new opportunities, creating a cycle of wealth generation. While the wealthy continue to grow their fortunes, the financial situation of others improves at a much slower pace, making it seem as though the poor are being left behind. Several challenges keep those on lower incomes from advancing. 1. Lack of social capital. Social capital refers to the support and opportunities individuals gain through social networks, family background, or community resources. Low-income individuals often lack strong social networks that could provide recommendations, advice, or resources to advance their careers. This deficiency limits their economic growth and ability to access better opportunities. 2. Financial penalties. Banks and lenders charge higher interest rates to those with less financial stability, making it harder for them to access affordable credit and build wealth. 3. Limited time and energy. People living paycheck to paycheck often lack the time or energy to invest in their future. Struggling to cover day-to-day expenses leaves little room for long-term planning or financial growth. In conclusion, gaining insight into the underlying causes of the widening wealth gap can guide us toward finding effective solutions. What's your perspective on the increasing disparity between the rich and the rest? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow the channel for more thought-provoking content.
Hello everyone, welcome to this B1 English listening practice. Today, we are going to talk about one of the most important aspects of Chinese culture, food. China is well known for its rich and diverse food culture. With a long history, Chinese cuisine has developed a wide range of cooking styles and flavors. Each region has its own special dishes and ingredients, making Chinese food culture incredibly diverse. For example, in northern China, people often eat noodles, buns, and dumplings, which are made from wheat. On the other hand, in southern China, rice is the main food, and it is prepared in many different ways, such as fried rice, rice porridge, or rice noodles. In addition to the variety of staple foods, the methods of cooking in China are also worth mentioning. There are many ways to cook food, such as steaming, boiling, stir-frying, deep-frying, and braising. Each cooking technique brings out different flavors and textures, making the dishes more appealing. For instance, stir-frying, which is commonly used in Chinese cooking, allows food to be cooked quickly while keeping the ingredients fresh and crisp. Some of the most famous Chinese dishes include mapo tofu, a spicy tofu dish from Sichuan, and sweet and sour pork, which is popular in many parts of the country. Peking duck, with its crispy skin and tender meat, is another well-known dish that represents the richness of Chinese culinary skills. However, food in China is not just about eating. It plays a significant role in social activities and family life. Sharing food is considered an important way to express friendship, respect, and love. During festivals and special occasions, families and friends gather around the dining table to enjoy a meal together. In Chinese culture, eating together symbolizes unity and harmony. A simple family dinner can bring people closer and strengthen relationships. Another unique aspect of Chinese food culture is the idea of balance. Chinese people believe that food should be both tasty and healthy. Ingredients are carefully chosen to ensure there is a balance between different flavors and nutrients. For example, they try to balance sweet and sour flavors, or use both meat and vegetables in their meals. This balance shows the Chinese belief in living a balanced and harmonious life. Chinese food culture is also spreading around the world. Many people outside of China enjoy Chinese dishes, such as Peking duck, Kung Pao chicken, spring rolls, and dumplings. In cities all over the world, you can find Chinese restaurants that serve authentic food. The global popularity of Chinese cuisine helps more people understand and appreciate Chinese culture. Now, I'm going to ask you 2 questions about today's article. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. Why is balance important in Chinese food culture? 2. How has Chinese food culture spread internationally? Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English and I'll see you next time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this B1 English listening practice. Today, we are going to talk about how education has changed over time, particularly comparing traditional classroom learning with modern online education. Let's explore the advantages and disadvantages of both, followed by a conversation between a student and a teacher about the effectiveness of online learning. Over the past few decades, education has gone through many transformations. Traditional education, which takes place in physical classrooms, has been the main method for many years. It allows students to engage with their teachers directly, participate in group discussions, and receive immediate feedback. However, one challenge of traditional education is that it can limit flexibility. For example, in college, students often have to follow a fixed class schedule, which may conflict with part-time jobs or family responsibilities, making it difficult for them to attend every class on time. In contrast, modern online education offers several solutions to these issues. With the rise of the internet, students can now attend classes from the comfort of their own homes. Online learning provides flexibility, allowing learners to study at their own pace, at any time, and from any location. It also enables access to a wide variety of courses that may not be available locally. However, online education has its challenges. Without direct supervision, students may struggle to stay motivated and disciplined. Furthermore, the lack of face-to-face interaction can make it harder for students to develop social and communication skills. Now, let's listen to a conversation between a student, Sarah, and her teacher, Mr. Johnson, about how online learning compares to traditional education.
Hi, Mr. Johnson. I wanted to talk to you about something I've been thinking about. Do you think online education is as effective as traditional classroom learning?
That's a great question, Sarah. It really depends on the individual student. Some students thrive in online environments because they enjoy the flexibility and can manage their time well. Others may find it hard to stay focused without the structure of a physical classroom. How do you feel about it?
Honestly, I like the flexibility, but I find it hard to concentrate sometimes. When I'm at home, there are so many distractions. My phone, social media, and sometimes even my family. I miss the feeling of being in a classroom where I'm fully focused.
I can understand that. It's easy to get distracted when you're not in a structured environment. That's one of the biggest challenges with online learning. Do you feel like you're still learning as much as you would in a traditional classroom?
Not really. I feel like I learn better when I can ask questions in real time and get immediate feedback. Sometimes when I watch recorded lectures online, I don't fully understand something, but I can't ask the teacher to explain it further.
That's a good point. In a traditional classroom, you have that opportunity to interact with your teacher and classmates, but have you tried using the discussion forums or sending emails to ask your questions?
I have, but it's not the same. It takes time for the teacher to respond, and by then, I've moved on to other topics. It's not as immediate as raising my hand in class.
I see what you mean. Online education does require more self-discipline and sometimes a different way of thinking about learning, but it also has advantages like being able to rewatch lectures or review materials as many times as you need.
That's true. I do like that I can pause the lecture and take notes at my own pace. In class, sometimes I feel like things move too fast, and I can't catch everything the teacher says.
Exactly. It's all about finding a balance that works for you. You could try setting up a study schedule at home to minimize distractions and make use of online resources like forums or study groups. Combining the best of both traditional and online methods could be the key.
I'll try that. Thanks for the advice, Mr. Johnson. It's good to know there are ways to make online learning more effective.
No problem, Sarah. Remember, learning is a journey. You just need to find the path that works best for you.
In this discussion, Sarah and Mr. Johnson explored the advantages and challenges of both online and traditional education. While Sarah enjoys the flexibility of online learning, she struggles with distractions and misses the immediacy of classroom interactions. Mr. Johnson acknowledged the difficulties but pointed out that with proper time management and the right balance, online learning can still be an effective tool. What do you think is the greatest advantage of online learning? How can online learning be made more effective? Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English and I'll see you next time. Hello everyone. Welcome to this B1 English listening practice. Today, we're talking about a new project in South Korea called the Advanced Air Mobility System. This system uses flying vehicles to help people travel in big cities more easily. Let's find out how it works and why it might change travel in the future. South Korea is creating a new way to help people move around big cities. This new system, called Advanced Air Mobility, includes special electric vehicles that can take off and land vertically, like small helicopters. These flying vehicles, along with drones, could help reduce crowded traffic on city roads and make travel faster. In October 2024, some South Korean companies joined with global technology leaders to start building vertiports, special places for these flying vehicles to take off and land. The government hopes these places will be built in cities so that air mobility services can begin soon. The goal is to start using this system by 2025 to transport people and goods. One benefit of the Advanced Air Mobility System is that it can help reduce air pollution. Regular cars and buses use fuel, which pollutes the air and harms the environment. In contrast, these electric air vehicles are cleaner, which makes this a more eco-friendly way to travel. The South Korean government is also working on safety. Officials are working with international groups to make sure that this new transportation system will be safe for everyone. However, some challenges remain. For example, it will take time for people to get used to air mobility, and issues like noise and privacy need to be addressed. Many people in South Korea are excited about this project. They believe it could make everyday travel easier and more enjoyable. Imagine being able to fly over traffic in a clean, quiet vehicle, reaching your destination faster. This system may also help the environment by reducing air pollution. In addition to making travel easier, the Advanced Air Mobility System could create new jobs.
in technology, engineering, and transportation. It could also attract international companies to South Korea, helping the economy grow. By starting this project, South Korea shows its commitment to using innovation to solve real-world problems. By 2030, South Korea hopes advanced air mobility will become a model for other countries, inspiring new ways to improve city travel. Now that you know more about South Korea's advanced air mobility system, here are 2 questions about today's article. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. What is one environmental benefit of South Korea's advanced air mobility system? 2. How might the advanced air mobility system help South Korea's economy? Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English and I'll see you next time. Hello everyone! Welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. Today, we are going to talk about the traditions and unique ways people celebrate Halloween. Halloween is celebrated on October 31st. It is a holiday known for costumes and candy. The history of Halloween goes back over 2,000 years to an ancient Celtic festival called Samhain. On this day, people believed that the line between the living and the dead became very thin. The Celts, who lived in what is now Ireland and the UK, lit bonfires and wore costumes to keep spirits away. Over time, Halloween changed, but it is still full of tradition and mystery. Today, Halloween is very popular, especially in Western countries. Some Halloween customs, like carving pumpkins, have special meanings. The jack-o'-lantern started with an Irish story about a man named Stingy Jack. In the story, Jack tricked the devil, so after he died, he could not enter heaven or hell. Instead, he had to wander the earth, carrying a turnip with a light inside. When Irish people moved to America, they found that pumpkins were easier to carve than turnips, so the jack-o'-lantern became the carved pumpkin we know today. Another Halloween tradition is trick-or-treating. This custom began from an old practice called souling. In medieval times, people in need would go to homes on All Saints' Day to pray for the dead in exchange for food. Today, children dress up in costumes and go door-to-door asking for candy. Halloween has become a fun holiday that celebrates creativity and brings a little excitement. Halloween colors also have special meanings. Orange represents the harvest season, like pumpkins, and black stands for mystery and night. These colors give Halloween a fun but spooky feeling. People decorate their homes and stores with these colors to create the Halloween atmosphere. Halloween is also a time for communities to come together. Many neighborhoods have Halloween events, like pumpkin carving contests or parades, where people of all ages can enjoy the holiday. Some people even hold haunted runs to raise money for charity. These activities help Halloween become more than just a fun night. It also brings people closer and supports good causes. In conclusion, Halloween is a night that combines old traditions with new ideas. Whether it's dressing up in costumes or carving pumpkins, Halloween invites people to have fun and use their imagination. Now, I'm going to ask you 2 questions about today's article. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. What did Stingy Jack carry to light his way as he wandered? 2. How does Halloween help bring communities together? Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English, and I'll see you next time.
Hello everyone, welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. Today, we are going to talk about the beautiful red leaves in Beijing. Beijing's autumn is famous for its stunning red leaves, making it the perfect time to experience the city's natural beauty. Every year, as temperatures cool and summer fades, the trees in Beijing's mountains and parks begin to change colours, turning into shades of red, yellow and orange. Among these colours, the red leaves are especially popular and attract thousands of visitors who come to see this autumn wonder. The best time to view the red leaves in Beijing is from mid-October to early November. During this period, the weather is mild, and the skies are often clear, creating ideal conditions to enjoy the outdoors. Fragrant Hills Park, Park, located in the western part of the city, is the most famous spot for red leaves. The park is filled with smoke trees, whose leaves turn bright red in autumn, covering the hillsides in a rich, colourful landscape that looks like a painting. Walking through fragrant hills during autumn feels like stepping into a peaceful world. The paths are covered with fallen leaves, and the sound of leaves crunching underfoot adds to the calm atmosphere. As people stroll along, they are surrounded by layers of red leaves above and below, creating a sense of being in a beautiful autumn scene. The beauty of the red leaves is not only in their colour, but also in the unique atmosphere they create. In Chinese culture, autumn often symbolises maturity and change, and the red leaves represent this seasonal transition. After a spring and summer of growth, the red leaves display their last burst of life. This brief, yet brilliant sight reminds people of the wonders and changes in nature. Although their time is short, the red leaves return each year, reminding people to appreciate every season and the beauty it brings. For many residents of Beijing, visiting the red leaves is more than just sightseeing. It is a tradition. Each autumn, families and friends gather to visit the hills and parks, bringing snacks and taking photos together. People enjoy capturing this natural beauty with their cameras, hoping to hold on to the short but lovely colours of autumn. Beijing's red leaves add a special touch to the city, bringing natural beauty and seasonal charm to the busy urban environment. The yearly display of colour is a reminder of the importance of appreciating nature's cycles and finding joy in the simple beauty around us. The red leaves of Beijing are not only a symbol of autumn, but also a source of inspiration and peace, connecting people with nature in the heart of the city. In conclusion, the red leaves of Beijing are a unique gift that autumn gives to the city. They showcase the brilliance of nature, painting an unforgettable autumn scene. In this sea of red leaves, people and nature seem to blend together, as the colours of autumn and a sense of inner peace intertwine, becoming a cherished memory in every Beijing autumn. As you think about this beautiful season, have you ever wondered when is the best time to see the red leaves in Beijing? And what makes Fragrant Hills Park such a popular spot for enjoying this view? Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English, and I'll see you next time. Hello everyone, welcome to this B1 English listening practice. Today we're going to talk about the Beijing Marathon, one of China's most famous sports events. The Beijing Marathon, one of the most popular sports events in China, has recently finished. This year's race, held on November 3rd, attracted 182,949 runners from 43 countries and regions, setting a new record. Every autumn, thousands of runners come to Beijing, the capital city, to take part in this challenging race. The marathon attracts not only professional athletes, but also many amateur runners from all over China, and even from other countries. For many people, finishing the marathon is a symbol of personal success and pride. The race started early in the morning at Tiananmen Square, a famous landmark in Beijing, and ended at the Olympic Park's scenic avenue. The route was 42.195 kilometers long, taking runners past historical sites like the Forbidden City and the Temple of Heaven. These famous places make the Beijing Marathon special, inspiring runners to keep going, even when the race gets hard. Running a marathon requires a lot of preparation. Many runners train for months or even a whole year to build the strength and endurance needed for the long distance. Some runners work to increase their speed, while others focus on their stamina to ensure they can complete the race. Finishing a marathon is not only a physical test, but also a mental one. During the race, runners face physical pain and tiredness, and sometimes they feel like giving up. Those who reach the finish line feel a great sense of success. This year, the organisers made some changes to improve the race experience. The starting line was moved 100 metres north, allowing runners to start in a straight line from the east side of Tiananmen Square, which made the start more ceremonial and smoother. In addition, the organisers provided more supplies for the runners, such as race guides, bib fasteners, milk and lotion. Runners who finished the race also received protein gel, wet wipes, slippers, and thermal blankets, while refreshment stations offered fruits like cherry tomatoes and tangerines. The organisers also improved services along the route. The number of restrooms increased to a total of 1,037, with 209 extra toilets at the starting area to make things easier for participants. The medical and volunteer teams were also strengthened to ensure a safe and successful race. The finishers' medal combined traditional and modern design elements, featuring the National Stadium, known as the Bird's Nest, and the National Speed Skating Oval, or Ice Ribbon. These symbols show Beijing's unique status as a dual Olympic city. The official race attire included men's vests and women's t-shirts with Beijing printed on the front, integrating elements of various Beijing landmarks, which added a unique style to the event. For spectators, the Beijing Marathon is an exciting event to watch. People line the streets to cheer for the runners, creating a lively atmosphere. Families and friends come to support their loved ones, while volunteers along the route provide water and encouragement, helping runners stay motivated. This year's Beijing Marathon showed the strength and determination of the participants and highlighted the event's continuous improvements in organisation and services. With the successful end of this race, the Beijing Marathon continues to promote fitness and encourages more people to live a healthy lifestyle. As we look back on the event, we might consider some details. Where did the race begin and end? And what new supplies were added this year to improve the runner's experience? Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English, and I'll see you next time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. Today we are going to talk about consumption downgrading. In recent years, consumption downgrading has become a topic of interest in China. With slower economic growth and rising living costs, more and more consumers are choosing affordable, high-value products to reduce their spending and maintain a stable lifestyle. This trend means that people are more willing to buy lower-priced and more practical items rather than expensive high-end products. There are various reasons for consumption downgrading. First, the current uncertain economic environment makes consumers more cautious about their future income and expenses. With slower income growth, many people want to practice rational spending and cut unnecessary expenses to manage potential financial pressure. Secondly, changes in consumer attitudes also lead people to focus more on actual needs, rather than simply going after brands or high-priced goods. People are beginning to realize that a high price doesn't always mean better quality, so they prefer high-value products that meet their basic needs. Another reason for this trend is the rise of online shopping platforms, which provide more options for affordable products. With online reviews and comparisons readily available, consumers can make smarter choices without paying extra for branding. This has led people to rely more on quality and price reviews, allowing them to find products that best suit their needs and budget. Although consumption downgrading can help reduce the economic burden on consumers to some extent, this trend also raises concerns. Some people worry that consumption downgrading could affect economic growth, especially in industries that depend on consumer spending. When consumers cut back on spending, market demand may decrease, which could impact business growth and job opportunities. However, others believe that consumption downgrading reflects a more rational approach to spending, as people make choices based on their economic situation. This approach not only helps increase household savings, but also encourages companies to improve their products, providing more practical and affordable goods to meet changing market needs. In general, consumption downgrading is the result of both economic conditions and changing consumer attitudes. It shows that people are making rational choices when facing economic pressures, not just spending less. The impact of consumption downgrading is complex. While it may put short-term pressure on the market, it could also drive companies to innovate in products and services, which could improve market efficiency. We should take a neutral view of consumption downgrading, understand the various factors behind this trend, and work to promote balanced development between consumption and the economy through policies and market measures. Now, I'm going to ask you 2 questions about today's article. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. What are 2 reasons why people choose consumption downgrading? 2. What is one possible benefit of consumption downgrading? Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English, and I'll see you next time.
Hello everyone, welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. Today, we are going to talk about coffee, a favorite drink for millions of people worldwide. Coffee is known not only for its delicious taste, but also for its ability to help us feel more awake. However, there's more to coffee than just a quick energy boost. In this article, we'll explore the benefits and drawbacks of drinking coffee and listen to a short dialogue to understand its effects on our health. Let's get started. One of the main reasons people enjoy coffee is that it helps them stay alert. The caffeine in coffee blocks a chemical in the brain called adenosine, which makes us feel tired. By blocking this chemical, caffeine helps us feel more awake and focused. This is why many people choose to drink coffee before work or study sessions. Coffee is also a good source of antioxidants, which help protect the body from damage caused by free radicals. Free radicals are unstable molecules that can damage cells and lead to aging and various diseases. Studies show that moderate coffee consumption may reduce the risk of diseases like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, and even lower the chances of developing type 2 diabetes. For people who don't eat enough fruits and vegetables, coffee can be a valuable source of these protective antioxidants. However, drinking too much coffee can have negative effects. High levels of caffeine can lead to anxiety, insomnia, and stomach problems. For some people, caffeine may increase heart rate and make them feel jittery. Additionally, if you add a lot of sugar or cream, you're increasing the calorie content, which could lead to weight gain. To enjoy coffee safely, it's best to drink it in moderation. In the following dialogue, Sarah and Tom discuss both the advantages and disadvantages of coffee.
Hey Tom, are you a coffee fan like I am? I find it really helpful, especially when I need to pull an all-nighter or get through a tough day.
Yes, I drink it too. A cup of coffee in the morning definitely makes me feel more alert, but recently I've been reading about the possible downsides of drinking too much coffee, and I'm wondering if I should cut back.
I get what you mean. While caffeine helps us stay awake by blocking a chemical in the brain called adenosine, too much of it can lead to some issues, like difficulty falling asleep.
Exactly. I sometimes drink coffee in the afternoon and then I can't sleep well at night. Maybe it's time to limit it to just mornings.
That might be a good idea. I usually stick to 1 or 2 cups in the morning and maybe 1 after lunch if I really need it. But did you know that coffee also contains a lot of antioxidants?
Yes, I read that too. Antioxidants can help protect our cells from damage, and some studies suggest that coffee might reduce the risk of diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and even type 2 diabetes.
Exactly. When consumed moderately, coffee can be beneficial for both the heart and the brain. But I think the key is to avoid adding too much sugar or cream, which can make it unhealthy.
Right, that's why I mostly drink it black. But I also read that too much caffeine can cause anxiety and increase heart rate, which doesn't sound great.
Yes, I've felt that too. And when I drink coffee on an empty stomach, it sometimes upsets my stomach. It's funny though. If you drink it all the time, you might end up needing more just to feel awake.
Good point. It sounds like moderation is key here. I think I'll try switching to tea in the afternoon. Tea has some caffeine, but is usually gentler on the body.
That sounds smart. Tea can still give you a little boost without the side effects of coffee. It's all about finding the right balance.
Thanks, Sarah. This really helps me see how to enjoy coffee in a healthier way.
The discussion between Sarah and Tom shows us how coffee, when enjoyed wisely, can be beneficial while avoiding its negative effects. For coffee lovers, moderation is the best way to enjoy its rich flavor and health benefits. In summary, coffee provides several health benefits, such as improved alertness, focus, and protection against certain diseases. However, it's important to be mindful of potential downsides, like insomnia, anxiety, and digestive discomfort. As a final tip, pairing coffee with a healthy snack or drinking it after a meal can help reduce any digestive issues. If you're sensitive to caffeine, consider switching to decaf or enjoying tea later in the day. By balancing our coffee intake and timing it well, we can fully enjoy its advantages while keeping the drawbacks in check. Remember, coffee can be a great part of a healthy lifestyle. Just be sure to drink it wisely. As you think about this topic, consider why Tom decided to switch to tea in the afternoons and what potential effects drinking too much coffee can have. Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English, and I'll see you next time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. Today, we are going to talk about an exciting adventure taken by a group of university students in China. They decided to ride their bikes from Zhengzhou to Kaifeng at night, and this event became quite popular. Let's dive into the story. Have you ever felt the urge to break free from your daily routine and do something exciting? Something that makes you feel alive? Recently, a group of university students did just that, by starting a thrilling night ride from Zhengzhou to Kaifeng. This spontaneous event quickly gained attention, sparking a variety of reactions. So, what's behind this youthful adventure? The night ride to Kaifeng event began with 4 university students in Zhengzhou. They wanted to try the famous soup dumplings in Kaifeng, so one night, they decided to ride their bikes there. They said, "Youth only comes once, so we want to have a fun adventure with our friends." This idea quickly spread on the internet, inspiring many other students to join. By November, what started as a small group turned into a large cycling event. Instead of using their own bikes, the students used shared bikes, planning to ride 70 kilometers from Zhengzhou to Kaifeng at night. Riding under the night sky, they challenged themselves and enjoyed being together as a team. The journey was full of excitement and energy, becoming a memorable adventure for all who participated. But what's the real story behind this night ride? Is it just about having fun and embracing youthful energy? Or is there more to it? On one hand, it's easy to see the ride as a symbol of the spontaneity and enthusiasm that young people often have. It's a chance to challenge themselves, test their limits, and experience life outside the classroom. There's something quite freeing about it, cycling through the night, away from daily routines. On the other hand, there are some concerns that should not be ignored. The sudden popularity of the event created some unexpected issues. For example, the streets of Kaifeng saw a huge increase in shared bikes. The city's infrastructure was not ready for such a large group of cyclists, causing some congestion and confusion. This raised questions about the balance between personal freedom and public responsibility. How can we ensure that such events remain fun and safe for everyone? While the night ride brought excitement, it also showed the need for better planning and organization for future events. In my opinion, the night ride to Kaifeng represents the spirit of youthful adventure, but it also reminds us of the importance of being responsible. Yes, it's great to have fun, but we must also think about how our actions affect others. It's important to consider both the good and the bad sides of such spontaneous activities. In the end, this event shows how young people can come together to create something memorable, but also how important it is to balance excitement with awareness. Now, let's consider the questions. 1. What inspired more university students to join the night ride event? 2. What challenges did the night ride create for the city of Kaifeng? Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English, and I'll see you next time. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. Today, we are going to talk about university life. University life brings a big shift, marking the beginning of independence and self-discovery. For students entering university, they meet new faces, adapt to unfamiliar routines, and step into a campus filled with endless possibilities. The days are busy and challenging, and each one feels like a step closer to adulthood. There's a lively energy on campus as students explore courses, make friends, and adjust to a life of greater responsibility, balancing freedom with new expectations. One of the most cherished aspects of university life is the friendships students build. After a long day of classes, they often gather in dorms or campus cafes, sharing stories, laughing about their day, or talking through any worries. This time together gives them a chance to relax and support one another, especially when things get stressful. Whether studying together during exams or simply hanging out over a cup of coffee, these small moments of connection create a sense of home. Another defining feature of university life is the academic challenge. Professors encourage students to think critically and learn beyond the textbook. Assignments can be demanding, but the sense of accomplishment after completing a tough project is rewarding. Through group projects, research, and collaboration, students gain not only knowledge, but also valuable skills in teamwork and problem-solving. In addition to academics, universities encourage students to pursue personal interests. There are countless clubs and activities, from sports teams to debate groups, allowing everyone to find something they're passionate about. Joining a photography club or a sports team, or even exploring a new hobby, helps students relax during their free time and view the world around them from different perspectives. These activities remind us that university is about more than grades. It's about growing as individuals. While university life can be fun, it also has its share of challenges. Balancing academic demands with personal life can feel overwhelming. There are days when students feel exhausted from back-to-back lectures and assignments, but taking short breaks, such as a walk around campus, can help recharge them. These quiet moments allow students to reflect on their goals and remind themselves of their purpose in university. University teaches not only how to handle pressure, but also how to manage time and maintain well-being. One favorite part of university life is the food around campus. Grabbing a quick snack with friends after a tough lecture is comforting. Many students visit the small food stalls nearby, where they can find anything from hot noodles to sweet pastries. This small reward lightens busy days and becomes a treasured part of their university experience. While some students might struggle with the independence that university life brings, it is a time for personal growth. Trying new things, learning from mistakes, and stepping out of comfort zones are all part of the experience. This stage of life offers the chance to develop habits, form values, and prepare for the future. University life is about finding a path, discovering passions, and deciding who you want to become. University may not be the same for everyone, but it's a journey that shapes each student in different ways. It's a time of hard work, self-discovery, and unforgettable moments. University life is not just about academics. It's a journey of growth and transformation. Now, I'm going to ask you 2 questions about today's article. Write your answers in a comment down below. 1. What is your favorite part of university life? 2. How do you handle the challenges of university? Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English, and I'll see you next time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. Today, we are going to talk about interviews for master's degree applications. These interviews can feel intimidating, but they are actually a great opportunity to showcase your academic background, research potential, and passion for your chosen field. In this first part, we'll discuss why these interviews matter how to prepare effectively, and some key tips to help you succeed. Let's get started. For many master's programs, interviews are an important part of the application process. They provide the admissions committee with a chance to evaluate your academic qualifications and research interests beyond what is presented in your application. These interviews also serve two main purposes: to assess your readiness for advanced study and to determine if you are a good fit for the program. At the same time, they give you an opportunity to learn more about the program and the university, ensuring it aligns with your academic and career goals. To prepare for a master's interview, start by reflecting on your academic strengths and experiences. Think about the key aspects of your undergraduate studies or professional background that are most relevant to the program. For instance, if you conducted research, completed internships, or took courses closely related to your chosen field, be ready to discuss these experiences in detail. Prepare a concise introduction that highlights these points, but don't reveal everything at once. This will leave room for follow-up questions and help create a natural flow of conversation. Another crucial part of preparation is practicing your answers to common interview questions. Questions like, why did you choose this program? How does your academic background prepare you for this degree? Or, what are your career goals? Often come up. Practicing these responses will not only boost your confidence, but also ensure your answers are clear and compelling. Avoid memorizing answers word for word. Instead, focus on the main points you want to convey so that your responses sound natural and engaging. In addition, researching the program is essential. Visit the university's website to learn about their curriculum, faculty, and recent projects. Prepare thoughtful questions to ask the interviewer about specific aspects of the program, such as research opportunities or career support. This will demonstrate your genuine interest and help you understand whether the program aligns with your aspirations. Now, let's talk about mindset. Interviews are not about delivering perfect answers. They are about showing your genuine interest and academic potential. If you encounter a challenging question, it's okay to take a moment to think or ask for clarification. Confidence and curiosity go a long way in making a positive impression. In the second part of this video, we will share a sample interview conversation that demonstrates these tips in action. Stay tuned for that. Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing your English, and I'll see you next time. Hello everyone, welcome back to this B1 English listening practice video. In the first part, we talked about how to prepare for master's degree interviews and why they are important. Now, in the second part, we'll go through a sample interview conversation. This example will show you how to answer questions confidently, connect your experiences to the program, and engage in meaningful dialogue with your interviewer. Let's get started.
Good morning, Serena. Thank you for joining us today. Could you start by introducing yourself and telling us why you're interested in pursuing a master's degree in financial economics?
Good morning. Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Serena. I studied international economics and trade during my undergraduate studies. I became interested in financial economics because I realized how finance influences global trade and economic growth. I believe that a deeper understanding of financial economics will help me build a solid foundation for a successful career in finance, especially in international markets.
That sounds fascinating. So, why did you choose Singapore Management University for your graduate studies?
I chose Singapore Management University because it is known for its strong focus on finance and economics. I admire SMU's commitment to providing a practical learning experience. I am particularly interested in the opportunity to work with experts in the field and participate in research that combines finance theory with real-world applications. I believe SMU's approach will help me gain the skills needed to succeed in the financial industry.
You've mentioned your undergraduate studies in international economics and trade. How do you think that has prepared you for this program?
My undergraduate studies provided me with a broad understanding of international trade, economics, and business fundamentals. I learned how different countries' economies interact, and I gained experience analyzing market trends and international trade policies. This background has helped me develop analytical skills that I believe will be valuable in studying financial economics. I am confident that my previous knowledge will allow me to better understand the financial aspects of economic decisions.
That's great to hear. Out of curiosity, is there a specific area in financial economics that excites you the most or that you'd like to explore further?
I am particularly interested in risk management because it plays an important role in handling the volatility of financial markets. Understanding the tools and strategies for managing risks is essential for financial stability. I believe studying this area will help me learn how to create effective strategies in a rapidly changing financial environment.
That's a very important area of study. Moving on, could you tell us about your career goals? Where do you see yourself after completing this degree?
After completing my master's degree, I aim to work in an international financial institution or a multinational company, ideally in a role that focuses on financial analysis or economic research. In the long term, I hope to contribute to financial strategies that promote sustainable economic growth and stability. I believe this degree will give me the expertise needed to make a positive impact in the financial world.
You seem to have a clear vision for your future. During your undergraduate studies, did you work on any projects or have experiences that helped you develop skills relevant to this program?
Yes. In my final year, I worked on a project analysing the impact of exchange rate changes on trade between different countries. This experience taught me how to conduct data analysis and interpret economic data. I used tools like Excel and basic statistical software, which improved my analytical skills. This project also taught me how to communicate complex information clearly, a skill that I think is very important in financial economics.
That sounds like a very valuable experience. Now let me ask you this, what was the most challenging course or project during your undergraduate studies and how did you overcome it?
One of the most challenging courses was international economics. It required me to understand complex interactions between different economies. I broke down the topics into smaller sections to understand each part step by step, and I also asked for help from my professor when needed. This experience taught me persistence and problem-solving skills, which I believe will help me succeed in this master's program.
That's a very practical approach. Lastly, how do you see yourself contributing to the SMU community if you join this program?
I am eager to be an active member of the SMU community. I plan to join clubs related to finance and economics and participate in seminars and workshops. I am also willing to share my own experiences and knowledge with other students, especially those who are interested in international trade. I hope that my contributions will help create a collaborative and supportive learning environment.
Thank you, Serena. You've provided some excellent insights. Before we wrap up, do you have any questions for us?
Thank you for this opportunity. I would like to know more about the types of research projects that students in the financial economics program typically work on. Also, are there any specific opportunities to collaborate with industry professionals during the program?
Great question. I'll be happy to share some examples of research projects after the interview. Thank you for your time today and best of luck.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity and look forward to hearing more.
As demonstrated in the sample conversation, being well prepared and authentic makes all the difference in a master's degree interview. The candidates showcased their strengths, linked their experiences to the program, and asked thoughtful questions, creating a genuine and productive exchange. Remember, master's interviews are your chance to demonstrate your academic abilities and passion for your field, not to deliver perfect answers. With preparation and a positive attitude, you can approach your interviews with confidence. Here are 2 questions for you about the sample interview. 1. Why did Serena choose Singapore Management University? 2. What specific skills did Serena develop during her undergraduate project on exchange rates? Take some time to think about these questions and review the interview to find the answers. That's all for today's video. Thank you for watching and best of luck with your interviews.
Today, we're diving into a universally relatable topic: the journey through adolescence. Adolescence is a critical period of growth that we all experience or will experience. It's a time of significant changes, physically, mentally, and socially. Let's explore both the challenges and opportunities that come with this dynamic phase of life. The pros of adolescence. 1. Personal development. One of the exciting aspects of adolescence is the journey towards independence. You begin to make more decisions for yourself, take on greater responsibilities, and start planning for your future. This transition from dependence to autonomy is a crucial step in personal growth. 2. Educational growth. Adolescence is also a period of profound intellectual development. As your cognitive abilities mature, you can engage with more complex subjects like mathematics, science, literature, and social studies. This is the time when many start to form their own views on a variety of topics, from social issues to personal beliefs. 3. Physical growth. Naturally, adolescence brings about physical growth and changes. It's important to approach these changes with a positive mindset and respect for one's body. Engaging in healthy activities, whether it's sports or other forms of physical exercise, can help you appreciate and take care of your growing body. 4. Skill development. Many adolescents begin learning practical life skills such as driving. In places like the United States, you can start learning to drive as young as 16. This skill is not just about mobility, but also about responsibility and safety awareness. The cons of adolescence. 1. Challenges of puberty. Undoubtedly, puberty is a challenging aspect of adolescence. The physical changes, including growth spurts and other bodily developments, can sometimes be overwhelming. It's crucial to have supportive friends and family who can provide guidance and reassurance during this time. 2. Academic and social pressures. High school years bring about their own set of pressures. Academic expectations can be high, and the drive to succeed in school can be stressful. Social interactions also become more complex, as peer relationships often play a significant role in an adolescent's life. 3. Future uncertainties. Deciding on a career path or future goals can be daunting during adolescence. Many young people explore different interests and may change their minds multiple times as they discover new passions and learn about various career options. To deepen your understanding, I'd like you to reflect on these questions and share your